1, 2, 3, 4, down to the VHS, VHS, out of the VHS. It's the 18 of my business, because I was out of the house and doing stuff. No easy Wi-Fi blemishes, and I guess that's the way it goes. Fucking crack, send it up on the Betamax. Down to the VHS, VHS, out of the VHS. Out of the VHS.
Hello.
Oh, wow. What am I doing down here?
Oh,
I'll go over
so
here.
low. I can fix it.
Greetings and welcome to Obscure Tape Time, the show where we watch old VHS that we collected in thrift stores in their entireties, start to finish, and invite you all to watch and suffer along with us.
Enjoy along with us.
Suffer.
No, it's good. It's good. They're great. They're all exciting. There's never been a boring tape.
Sure, but I want a t-shirt one day that says "Suffer with us" or something like that with a tape on it. I don't know. I'm going to keep saying it until I get the shirt, and then I have an excuse to say it. It's a bit foggy in here.
Yeah.
I think it's just my personal body sweat that's fogging up my glasses.
We're dropping frames like a motherfucker.
Well, I only just got here because I was like, plodding my way.
It's a struggle.
We took a week off yesterday. I mean, last week.
Yeah, we did.
Last week.
Whenever the last episode was meant to be.
And I didn't even do the cinema thing.
No.
Just totally missed. And then we went to the pub and got drunk.
Mm.
That's what we did. That was the episode.
You know.
We should have filmed it. Should have live streamed it.
Chris was down, so...
Yeah, which means...
I think in a way I preferred what we ended up doing considering Chris is down, because I don't really get to hang out with him. So.
We could have done 2 days in a row. Or like, all of it.
Coulda. But tech issues were crazy.
And still.
Now it's just the fucking internet.
Damn internet.
The obstacle course between me and the modem. I threw against the wall.
Are you gonna get a new one, or you did get a new one, or what's going on with that? Did you really throw it against the wall?
I didn't throw the modem against the wall. I threw the obstacle course that was left for me against the wall.
Oh, I see.
Just so that next time there can be a new one I can throw up against the wall.
Deserves to be up against the wall. It's not the first time you threw up against the wall.
Won't be the last time. Eventually, I'm going to get old enough to where start drinking wine again.
You need a cold beer. That's what you need.
I always need a cold beer. Hawaiian Haze.
Hawaiian Haze.
I'm all about
it. Hell yeah. Hot day, cold beer.
Yeah, it's all one device in the apostrophe, but lately we've been having some issues. I've not really been enjoying them too much.
You've been having all sorts of issues.
Yep. Well, last week didn't happen due to a multitude of issues that had been going on.
We need a new capture card, so if anyone wants to do some research in the best one to get, would it be nice?
Don't say Elgato. If you say Elgato, I'm going to come to your house and step on you.
Yeah. Would it be interesting to just buy the exact same one you've already got? Just a new one?
No.
Like, just for me, though. Just for me to get you, no?
No, do not do that. Do not do that.
I just want something to replace
I'm assuming what's happened is...
Yeah?
It just shorts out.
Okay.
And when it does that, it just will not work. Like, part of it is just fucked. But then, when I unplug it and just leave it unplugged, like... I talked before about throwing the obstacle course against the wall. Well, normally I just crack it with it and throw it. And I just forget where it is, and then I usually find it for an episode of Tape Time. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It seems so inconsistent and frustrating at the moment.
Well, if anyone's watching this live or in the future...
And don't say GV USB 2, because then I'm going to double step on you, because everyone said, that's the best one, Pete!
Is that what you just got for $300?
No. Oh. That thing's good, man.
It's just not good.
See the way it upscales to 64, man.
Live video.
Woof, that is nice.
Just not good for live video.
Crisp, not good for VCR, yeah. Frame rate must be off or something. It just can't deal with the signal, unfortunately. And I tried everything, but no, it just doesn't work. I'm not upset with it, though, because, again,
it's good for you.
The pick shift of the consoles, it's just beautiful.
I want to find you something, and I want to get one, too.
2 belts. I will step on you if you tell me to get another fucking Elgato.
We need a new capture card.
Or a GV USB 2.
For live. Otherwise, we're going to have to transfer to me just carrying the VHS over for no real reason except to show it off and then using digital backups.
Kills the magic. We need to have the tapes.
Yeah, it does kill the magic. But if it's the only option after everything else breaks, then that's just crap. But yeah. We don't even need budget. I'm quite happy to drop $1,000 on it. I don't care. This is our
Well,
show.
there's no fucking point because this was meant to be the gold standard of
Yeah.
of capture cards.
Yeah, but
The GV USB 2, everyone just raves about it and says how fucking fantastic it is.
Yeah.
And then you go down the rabbit hole and there's like a bunch of people have the exact same problem with it. So it's not just mine.
apparently Rego, what's that? Do you know about that? You see, I've not actually done as much research as you have.
Rego.
Might have to look into that. This is the thing where
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
start writing stuff down. I mean, I do have a freaking notebook. I'm gonna do that.
When you say budget though,
Who cares?
I cares.
No, well, the thing is, if I just get it, and then you try it, and then it doesn't work, I don't care. Is what I mean.
Well, I care because we've already tried like 8 different goddamn things. How much
Ultimately-
hull loss is there in the Costco?
Ultimately, I can't back up NTSC, and I think it's because I can't do what you do when you switch it over to House
Wait.
50. And I kind of want yours.
We don't want a HDMI capture card. We've already got that. I have my Elgato, and you know, now that I've fixed everything and cleaned everything, it works just fine. I figured out the problem there. We need an AV capture card. Or a component? Composite? Which I can't remember.
It's composite.
Composite.
Yeah, and we don't want it to have like 100 frickin' connections that could fail on it to just convert it over to being HD or whatever.
Mm. That's okay. I just want something that works.
We'll see, because
Shoot us a link to it so I
Yeah.
can have a squiz and
put it in the obscure tape discussion
yeah,
channel.
chuck it in there. Well,
Yeah.
I'll give it a look.
Have
At
a
this
look.
point, I don't have a lot of faith in anything, so we'll see how it goes.
Because getting the video is easy, but what we do is the live, and that's the hard bit. And yeah, converting things from one plug to another plug to another plug just to get it there means you've got all those different things that could fail.
Oh, I used to have one of these.
I have one of those. That's what I've got, and it just kind of fell apart. But
They do. They die very, very, very quickly.
I mean-
that's why I end up upgrading to that blue one that I had.
yeah,
But then the blue one fell apart because
my blue one's
because of the
casing.
dog actually.
My blue one's casing has come off, and that's the one I'm still using.
Arch like got excited and ran through the cables and.
I mean,
pulled
if
and
it
bent
works in such a way, like for like, I would quite happily buy one every like 3 episodes. If that's something that we have to put into my budget of the show, I mean,
The problem is they're not like they used to be like $6.
yeah.
Now they're like
about
30, $40
because other
each.
people have started to get into what we do.
That's right.
Yeah, I've noticed that people keep picking stuff up. Oh, so let's we did the beer. We've had a bit of a whinge. What have you been doing this week? We'll get into that. before we
Whinging.
start. Aside from whinging, I mean, we hung out with Chris, which
Yeah,
was
Chris
nice.
was down. That was fun.
Which
was
meant
really
that
glad to see
there
him.
was no activity on our Discord because it's usually
It's normally Chris and Ditto talking, and
and I
Chris to
had
reply.
Chris and we were watching crap. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like we really have been kind of lazy. I mean, there was
You
we
sent
had
me
dinner.
on a mission.
Oh, did you actually go?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pete found on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, I don't know how to use Facebook Marketplace. I'll give it to my wife. So
Either
my wife organized with this guy to pick up a bag of VHS, and they are all clean, except for a couple that say fishing, which I'm.
When you say clean, you mean just nothing on them?
They haven't got anything written on them. Yeah.
Oh.
They're all taped off TV sort of looking ones. They could
Yeah.
be movies, but I haven't chucked any of them in yet. But they're all that. A couple of them have a couple of things written on them. I've kept the interesting ones aside. There's a lot of Riverdance. Apparently, everyone taped Riverdance off the TV.
In the 90s, yeah, it was the big thing.
I have like some from my own grandma, but like some from like 10 other people from around here. That's all the same recording with the same ads. But he had those, but also he had big shark fishing and
Shark
snapper
fish?
fishing, and I'm like, I hate fishing episodes, but they are kind of obscure enough that they could be Channel 31. I haven't chucked them in the sea yet.
They could be. They're probably fucking Fox.
But
too.
also, I need to post a picture. I haven't done it yet. He had one of those really expensive clear colored tapes.
Oh.
It's just another one that you record shit off the TV onto, but it was like it has a lifetime warranty. I kind of feel like ringing them up and going, "Yeah, it's broke. Can I have a replacement?"
Lifetime warranty on a VHS tape.
Yeah. I mean, why would you put lifetime warranty on any sort of media that you
Exactly,
know
it's
might
just going to
go
be
out
completely irrelevant.
Yes, that's what I did this week. I found another pile of VHS that I have to stick in amongst the rest of my off TV things. I was thinking that maybe if I researched some techie stuff of myself. I'm gonna get one of those network boxes so I can watch movies anywhere, and also so I can back up my VHS, because at the moment I'm just like running tiny little solid state drives. I need 16 terabytes to put all of these VHS backups on. And I was thinking if I back up enough of these shitty tapes of TV, I might make shelving out of tapes. So I can put all my tapes on them.
Put tapes on tapes.
Tapes on tapes. Anyway, let's get into the actual episode. We've talked... Oh, Jesus Christ, it's been 10 minutes. Science!
Science!
So this is a tape that we have about 3 different copies of. What happened is at my school, they bought up a whole bunch of these tapes from Monash University.
Something like that, yeah.
And us as students had to use these to tape over our projects onto. So I have one of my band playing one of something that I did, and this one is actually from a bunch of girls that I went to school with, and we've watched the start of this tape before because they just danced for like 5 seconds. So this is the longest version of what is on it before it gets taped over, and basically it's a little documentary on why you should study science at Monash University.
Science!
Am I right in thinking this is the last thing in our intro that we've not actually watched?
I would
on the show?
suggest so. I mean, look, we have audio on, so let's go back and watch the intro and we'll see.
All right.
So now we're live watching the intro.
Okay, we're watching the intro. Oh yeah, I kind of like this. This is fun. I mean, this is technically like the first episode of the year, so we can do a little. This is what's happening.
Yeah, we watched that. Have watched that.
Yeah, good commentary. We've watched that. We've watched that.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I remember that
guy.
man.
That guy. Oh yeah, the dancing
I
lad.
don't remember that guy.
You don't remember that guy?
No, I was drunk. Those kids, yeah.
There it is.
That's what we're
about to
today.
watch.
We did watch. Did we watch the whole thing of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
we did.
cool. We got to get through some more of those like old North Geelong tapes. Hey, dancing. Super duper. That was our Turkey Day special last year. That was a big episode too. And that was also our Turkey Day special last year. And this year, actually. We talked to him. That was nice. Bye. There's an apple to the roof.
Hey, Mr.
We're doing a double intro here. What was that?
That was from the tattoo, I think.
Okay. I talked to a couple of those lions. Hey, that's from the Frank Worley tape. I love that bear. Overland and underwater. Sportsman and photographer.
Oh, kapow! Dead kid.
I like that you put the Banana Kid in, even though it's not something we have on tape. That was a cyber video. Sorry about that.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was a good video too, and it was local. Like it was made like around the corner from where we live, so it kind of counts, right? Doubled up on the AFMA. Hey, nice. So yeah, this is the last thing in our intro.
The last one before I make a new one.
Before we make
That
a
has
new one.
Pokemon in it, so we'll never be able to see it all.
I think maybe that intro should last us at least another half a year before you start.
Well, the thing is, the idea was originally going to be that I would just gradually replace clips.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just too much work.
It is too much work to do it like every week, but I think the next intro
Eventually
would
I'll
be
just
nice. Like
redo it
maybe every 3
completely.
years, that might be a good thing.
Something like that.
We get enough stuff. I'm suggesting that we watch this twice. Once now and once at the end, because it's short and it's cool. It's got like the Beekman's World, like, you know, crazy editing and the 90s squiggles.
I like squiggles.
I talked to my teacher about where he got this from, and he was just like, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking
I thought
about...
you did know.
No, I was thinking about bringing the actual interview and playing the bit where he talked about it. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And then I told him where he got it from. Well, we're gonna start off with some. Are you recording this episode? I think there's some Britney Spears on the start of this.
You'll be happy to know that, yeah.
Nice. At least that's going.
I'm on top of that.
Because I did rewind it, I think. If not, we can get erase card.
If it worked.
Oh wow, cool.
Tracking.
Track it out.
Tracking.
Alright, this isn't the science video. This is what the kids did. Like, that's my old school. Before the thing. I can't believe we, like, had this as a feature in one of our episodes.
To be fair, we're very loose with the content.
I mean, cream of the crop, though. I would be so happy to find this sort of stuff on anything.
Yeah, me too.
Talking of, in what is it, 2 weeks? No, 1, 2, 3 weeks time, we're going to watch another actual found home footage stuff.
Mm-hmm. Not a good one, right?
Huh? Damien? Damien's cool.
I said not a good one. Is it going to be the...
Wrestling?
Yeah, the wrestling.
Why is that not good?
Because it's amateur wrestling, and I have no
Oh.
fucking idea about any of that shit.
Well, that's why we're doing what we're doing. We're learning, right? When we get to the end of our lives, we'll be like, we've done so much and learned nothing. I should have talked to Michelle before we did this episode.
Yeah, you reckon?
No.
You reckon she would have been okay with it?
No.
You reckon she would have said, "Oh, it's so good that you're bringing that up."
What I would do is like, hey, do you have the finished product? Because they did end up filming a full video clip. There it goes. Done. But I've seen the full one, but I never got that because it wasn't my project. But
Yeah.
but I ended up with the spare video anyway. I think I just stole it, to be honest. Anyway. Flying windows. Look at the edges on those things.
Oh,
Science is really trying
There we
to
go.
better understand this world and to be able to
Couple of
live in it more comfortably.
Weird edged
harmony
flying windows and then a
utilize the resources that we
flying
have.
magnifying glass.
today, the round window.
I think
Hey!
science has a very important role to play in the future. Our survival.
Look at these
depends on
nerds.
good understanding.
Also, the music in the background, YouTube recognizes as a copyright.
Really?
Yeah.
Something for Australia.
I thought we'd get away with this one.
Australia
Nope.
has real problems with its economy, and one of the
Okay.
solutions to that is to develop its
Well, there
science
you
and
go.
technology.
What's happening in the center of our galaxy?
Science is a vital part of all our lives. But why do some people
I really
study
love
a
this
lot of
tape, though,
science
by the
and
way.
even make a career out of it? What careers can
It
it
just
lead to?
feels 90s.
Well,
Boom, boom, boom.
environmentalists
It feels like it
consider
might be,
man's effect on the
um,
environment,
cut off.
including major issues like the greenhouse effect.
Yeah,
It
I'm
can
gonna have
also
to
be
try and
involved
fix
with
that.
responsible waste management, soil salinity problems.
The problem with all the
and
issues that I'm having is every time I do anything,
You do one
now
thing,
I have
something
to
else
try and
breaks.
fix
Yeah.
it, and everything is
For
fucked at
example,
once.
By knowing
Yeah.
how to use enzymes and microbes to clean up marine oil
Is it
slicks.
cut off at the bottom?
But another
Yeah.
biotechnologist may be using them to ferment a
Here we
or
go.
be involved in
Oh,
genetic
no.
engineering of frost-resistant species.
Oh, it's a device
Understanding how the
resolution.
eye works,
Look at
optometrists
those
can detect
glasses.
problems and help people to improve their vision.
I need to try this. Hold up.
Yeah, because it's cut off right at the end of her glasses. We've got another this much at the bottom of her glasses.
Does that work? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't like that.
It doesn't even like doing anything custom. Oh, there we go. Done. That's it. It's just...
What the hell happened there?
I don't know. But there it is.
Okay.
It's perfect now. I just wanted to be refreshed. That's a big problem with a lot of the things we do. Sometimes it just wants to be remembered.
Sometimes they even get it right.
Remember me!
Planes and farmers especially rely on them.
Aw, sheep.
Geologists understand the structure of the Earth and the processes that
Can we have a screenshot of that?
the
The helicopter taking off with geology written under it.
We cut that together with Remember the
Geo.
Lord.
Develop and improve manufacturing processes in the food, cosmetics, plastics, pharmaceuticals, and other
Yes, but we
industries.
can't play it because he doubly
Physicists
copyrighted his
understand
shit
how
on
matter and energy
YouTube
behave
for us.
and are vital in many fields
So
like
that he
electronics,
used to let us watch it and just get all the money off our episode. Now it's blocked.
Numerous careers center around the
I also
electronics
want a thumbnail of the physics, her
Information
screaming in pain
technologists
with
understand the
physics
methods and
written next to
equipment
her.
There we
capture,
go.
store, process,
Look at that. That
transmit,
looks
and
nice.
display information
What'd you
of all
do?
kinds,
I don't
from
understand.
video
Messed with the
images
colour a little
to
bit.
computer data.
Colour.
The computer field
See, that
itself
looks a bit
requires
closer to what
programmers
we're
to write
seeing.
the detailed
Oh, now I don't know where to look. I used to like seeing two different colours so I could see two different shows.
In every area of science, new theories are constantly being developed and tested. This is the work of research scientists, who may then apply their theories to practical
Research
problems.
nerds. These
Like
geeks.
in medical laser chemistry.
I'm
where
gonna try and
light
say
in
this name
algorithms
without
Say it.
butchering it.
destroy tumors in cancer patients.
Mananquone?
Of course, you'll all
Mananquone?
be aware that some
Ah, just call him Manu.
teachers.
78.
Many science
Manu
graduates
78, the
have been
hands of fate.
in order to become
That's
more
my bingo
specialised
call.
or to enter other career areas. Some graduates combine their science
78,
degrees with
hands
other
of
degrees,
fate.
such as law, engineering,
I
or
like
surveying.
First
For example, a science law graduate may
First
tackle
time
difficult
chat
legal
viewer.
issues arising
Yeah,
from victim
so welcome.
legalisation.
Welcome to the
Other
show where we
graduates
drink
broaden
from
their skills to become sales
cups that have
consultants
little
giving
tapes on them.
advice on products like computers,
Yep, we do that.
chemicals, or pharmaceuticals.
While
Check
we
out
watch
her
it.
pants!
Also wanted
Can I
outside
get
the
some?
traditional
Is that happy
fields
pants or just
such as
weirdly
stockbroking
acid washed?
and financial institutions where mathematics plays a vital role. And many graduates
Is she
receive
gonna start
professional
doing
training
hammer time
for
now?
management positions in all
Oh,
sorts of
oh.
industries.
Hey! Look back onto screen
I
for a
didn't
second.
finish.
Because the study of
Oh yeah,
science
there's still more on the
helps
auto
us to
cue.
have an open mind and to think clearly and logically.
These pants aren't happy. This is a science tape.
It's called
about a
Science
university.
Discovery. It's meant to be one of those things you watch when you're deciding which school you want to go to, what profession you want to pursue, and they're trying to say, hey, come to Monash University in Victoria and study science.
Please, just come
Please,
here. We need
please
people.
study science. We need scientists in our world, so we're not so dumb. And maybe
So our
when
next
there's
video
a
doesn't have to be
virus that
stock
breaks
footage.
out, maybe some people know what to do.
I think they'd be more worried about all the stock footage they've had to use. If we have actual students, we won't have to use stock footage anymore.
Yeah. That stock footage is in the briefcase, though. Does that mean that it's only on loan? They got to give it back when they're done.
So,
Or they're just
what
taking it to the
this
next video that
science
needs
may
it.
be for you, but it may also be the right choice.
She's
if
still
you wanna
got
look
those
like
pants.
this, or like this. But what do most
At least they got a
scientists like to
wardrobe
do?
budget.
And apart from thinking
Must be from the
logically,
theatre
what
crew.
other skills
They
do
have
you
too
need?
many students in theatre, not enough in science.
Really important. Most science today. There's
Oi.
no good team.
Archie,
And one must also have good teamwork skills.
don't do it.
We have a lot of brainstorming sessions. We get together and help each other think of new ideas.
Move.
Discovery
come
is newness. So
Come on.
to make a
What the hell was
discovery,
that?
one must think
What the hell is
creatively.
that? What the hell is that? Oh yeah, it's just a
Many
building.
scientists start at university or college.
Okay, now I can
As an
see her
example,
pants.
let's see what
I
Yeah,
remember.
cool.
university
I remember at
of
one time at high school, I was like, I was friends with all the nerds, right?
Mm.
I didn't hang out with them very often,
No.
but I was cool with them.
Yeah.
But one day, one of them was sick and couldn't go to this like science day, probably at this fucking university for all I know. And it was
Yeah.
meant to be this like competition between a bunch of schools to do sciencey stuff.
Yes.
And so I was like, I'll go. So I forged my mom's signature on the permission slip.
Okay.
Jumped on the bus and off I went. And it was the worst smelling place I've literally ever been.
Kind of like
I
when we went to the
could
Pokemon
not-
tournament upstairs.
Worse.
Worse? Worse than the Pokemon tournament.
Worse. So much worse. But
Facilities at Melbourne are fantastic.
the whole thing like was there's all these different sort of like science-based things, competitions going on. And, like you'd get separated into little teams. My team had to build a catapult, and I was just like, we should just like make a really big one. I don't even care if it works. Let's just make one that just like looks mean. And they were like, no, make it look mean. I was like, well, just put this here and this here.
Isn't that how you play Kerbal Space?
I don't know. I still haven't played that yet. I need to.
Hey, football!
Footy!
We know all about that. We hate it, but we know all about it.
Just a whole lot of normal people.
Anyway, by the end, my team ended up winning that.
Yeah?
While
Good.
our school lost every other thing.
Nice.
All because I was like, we have to just make it as big and mean as possible. We have to make it look cool. Get the Stoyle points.
Stoyle. It's always about Stoyle. I mean, look at this lady with her costume department. Also, Manu thinks that the pants are the same design as on the Monash building. I would.
That wouldn't have
and-
been in the budget.
Yeah, that's the thing. It wouldn't have been in the budget, but I'm also wouldn't be surprised if it is. I mean, the background looks similar to her pants. In fact, her pants are kind of disappearing a little bit on it.
Nice.
Nice, no pants. I got some pants with that design on it. Discover Science! When I put this up on our YouTube, it's gonna say Science Discover instead.
Victorian Education Foundation.
I really want to try my hardest and get a copy of this without being recorded over.
Yeah. You just have to talk to your teacher a bit more, because I think he said he had a couple more.
I do need to, but after we did the interview with him about all the different tapes that I had, we all went into lockdown again. But I've still got his number. I'm sure we can do a little exchange. I'd love it if he handed over all the student projects that he has, 'cause, that would keep us going for a while.
Yeah.
Interesting student project things.
That'd be fun.
You
Yeah.
gonna get the colored bars? No.
Hell no, I'm not getting fucking beeped in my ears.
All right.
Ouchie.
So as I said, I suggest that we watch. Oh, don't live rewind it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, freaking amateur. I suggest that we watch that again at the end because it's really colorful and fun. Okay, so the next science tape.
It's wrapped.
Oh yeah, this was this looked like it had never been unwrapped before, but then when I actually went and backed it up, somebody else had already done the thing where they pulled it's a bottom loader, and they had already just run their fingernail on it and set it out, but left the wrapping on.
Case. Well, at least the case is in good condition.
So
as a
this
result,
is this is the original condom, if you want to call it. Anyway, the next tape we're watching is called the USANA Difference. Nutritions that you can trust. So I did some research. Science! I did some research on the USANA, whatever they're called.
USANA.
It's so far away now. You've changed the setup.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did some research on the company, and they have won awards for being innovative in nutrition science and food science and stuff like that. But at the same time, they have had a few legal battles against them. Yeah, American Nutrition. That's it. They've had a few legal battles where they've been a little bit called out on, false claims on the nutrition bullshit. That's fine. But secondly, and most importantly, they've been called out on what was the term? It's the pyramid scheme thing. Multi-layered businessing, is that what they call it?
Right.
We have it in Melbourne. We have it in Melbourne, close to home. So they are big and going strong. These lawsuits didn't take them down. So if we take the shit out of them too much, they'll probably come after us and our children. Why is it not rewound? No, it is a little bit rewound. It's just
because you didn't rewind it, you bastard.
Well, get out the
take it
race
seriously, yelling science without lab coats on.
Yeah. Where's our lab coats? You can just buy lab coats.
So you become a scientist.
So
the thing is, they tell you that you need to go to university. You don't need to go to university. You just need to wear a lab coat.
You can just buy a lab
and then you're a science.
Then you can be a science.
You can be science.
So as I said, this company is still going strong to this day, to the point where they exist in our country, in Australia's, even though it's an American country. But yeah, American USANA Nutrition.
Do they work in the anal building?
The anal building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But I think this is one of the tapes that is trying to make you sell their product.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what their lawsuit was against. But there's some sports people in here that say, I get all the good stuff from the nutrition.
Are they anti-vax?
Probably.
Cool.
We
should let him in the country.
He was a runner or something. I researched him, but I didn't find anything interesting. Speed skating. Didn't find anything interesting.
Radiation from the sun.
Not radiation from the sun.
The only skating that I like was that Bradbury guy.
Ray Bradbury? He was a sci-fi writer.
No, the other one.
Oh, the guy who
won.
Who was really bad and everyone fell over.
In the semi-finals that happened, and he barely qualified.
Didn't we start calling it a Bradbury?
Yeah, doing a Bradbury. It's just when you fumble your way in first place.
I mean, I've been that way all my life.
There is an answer.
Was that a doll? Can you rewind that and see if that was a doll?
Opportunities.
That was,
Opportunity.
that was totally a doll. That wasn't a real kid on that rolly
The
bed.
question each of us should ask ourselves is, are we content with losing this war, or will we arm ourselves with the nutrients they need to...
Yeah, that's total
conquer
plastic. Look at that.
enemies?
He doesn't have toes.
It's fantastic.
To convert these
Fantastic
challenges
plastic.
to
Maybe the kid just doesn't have toes and I'm being insensitive.
in focusing on health
Yeah,
and
jerk.
prevention
Yeah.
instead of disease and cure.
But also, I recognize the
This
narrator.
security we can provide for ourselves
Maybe because it's
and for
generic
our
American
families'
voiceover.
future.
Generic
Voice.
American voiceover guy. No, that's his name. His name is
There's
Jerry.
one clear voice
Full name
speaking
generic.
volumes of truth and hope about this
Generic
very
voiceover?
subject. The
Let's
company
cure the
is
doll.
USANA Health Sciences. For thousands around the world,
It's
USANA's
funny
mission
because
of
the
true
doll
health
means
and
something
freedom
different.
is
Okay.
making a difference.
Oh, that music. Hi,
I've turned down virtually every invitation
I'm
I've
Dennis
received
Waitley.
to represent a single company or product over the years until I discovered USANA. USANA represents a brand that I believe
Wait,
is
who's Dennis
best in its
Waitley?
class, and one that measurably
dickhead.
improves the quality of life of its consumers.
Nope, that's not him. Not on there.
Corporate headquarters behind me houses that company I've pledged my allegiance to during the past decade.
I pledge my
He's
allegiance
pledged his allegiance. That's how you know he's
Has
full of
delivered
shit.
on its promises
because he's American.
to its shareholders, associates, and customers worldwide.
It's more just that's kind of like a buzzword almost.
A buzz phrase.
It's like, you know,
Today more than ever, we're all
an American buzzword or whatever that they'll like get.
No other company or product has given me as much money as USANA.
Not media hype. We want solid performance, not empty
We stand for freedom.
Most of all,
You don't want to not stand for freedom, do you?
dedicate our efforts
No, I love bald
in
eagles.
search of
Exactly, so you should definitely buy our product.
from an organization.
I will.
We
And I will
advocate
snort
for
it.
freedom.
Will deliver on
Real
its commitments to us.
freedom.
I found
The only-
Any questions?
in USANA
Yeah, what does freedom
because
mean?
of its uncompromising
Freedom.
dedication to quality
Being
and
free.
safety,
Being American. The freedom to be
manufacturing standards,
American.
sound
Going off on a
business
tangent now.
practices.
The freedom
This is the leadership
tangent.
difference that makes all the difference in the world to me.
I want to know
I don't
about
like
the
this guy.
USANA difference. He seems like one of those guys that shoots guns in movies and then becomes president.
And you know, I can't think of anyone
Yeah.
who knows more
Yeah,
about
that's
the vision
accurate.
and inner workings of the company better than Dave Wentz, USANA's president. Dave has lived the USANA dream from the ground up throughout his life.
The
Freedom
what?
isn't
The
free.
silent
Before his
green.
final year of college, he returned to Utah to help launch the company. After receiving
Oh, it's
his
from
degree in
Utah. They're a
finance
bunch
at
of
University
Mormons.
of
That's the
California
problem.
in San Diego, Dave focused
There's
his
your problem
efforts on
right
learning
that way.
every aspect of day-to-day operations.
Where's my problem? There it is.
No one, in my opinion, is better qualified
loud, too quiet?
to represent
Too quiet.
and expand the vision that Dr.
Yeah,
Carol
this is a
Wentz
very
had
quiet tape.
in founding the company than USANA's president, David Wentz.
It's going beep. I think maybe I'm at my limit.
This company was
Wait, it's
founded with
beeping
a
at you?
vision more
Yeah.
than 10 years
Uh-oh.
It's alright,
USANA's
it
vision
sounds
is
fine
reflected
now,
in
it's just
its
not
name,
loud enough.
which was derived from Greek
It's
and Latin
beeping at
roots.
you.
Hold on, I'll just stop listening to you for a bit.
Since 1992, USANA Health
Is the
Sciences
battery
has
gonna
discovered
die?
and
What?
delivered Optimum
What?
nutrition through the most scientifically advanced health
Every
and
time I
wellness
press stop,
products
it
on the
beep.
market. USANA's product
Like it
superiority
was at its limit.
originates from a scientific staff of PhDs from around the world, housed in this advanced research and product development facility. Our
It's
comprehensive approach
advanced,
guarantees the
not
nutritionals
stupid.
manufactured at USANA are complete, balanced, effective, and
Look at
safe.
our beacons. You know we mean
I am
business.
pleased that
There's
USANA
colours
has
in
become a
them.
brand of choice for so many people around the world, including medical professionals and world-class athletes. They've come to trust their health to USANA because
He
they
looks
know
like
our
he's doing
products
that thing where he's
represent quality
pretending to
without
walk on a
compromise.
treadmill.
This
You mean
trust is
after the
something we
Cold
value
War
very
ended?
highly. We are committed to true
Shazam.
health in everything we do, and we will continue to
It's
stay
amazing
focused
that
on
they're
our
still
mission
going.
of health and wellness for decades to come.
And still producing
The USANA difference is not only
snake oil.
superior
I mean,
products, it is
health
also a
pills.
vehicle for people to reach their financial dreams through a fair compensation.
Look
Whether
at
it's a
that.
savings account for college tuition,
America!
a dream vacation, time freedom,
Look at that
or a
yacht.
lucrative career.
It's not a yacht.
USANA associates who are sharing this vision of
He had
true
a
health
glass
earn
bald
millions
eagle.
of dollars in commissions
And
every
they got
month as a
shades.
result of their efforts.
You know this product is
To
going to
understand
work for
USANA's
you because
incredible
we're showing
success
you
story,
pictures
you must
of
first understand its
extravagance.
origin. My involvement
Oh,
with
shit,
this vision
sorry.
goes far beyond
What?
USANA. I grew up around science in the laboratory. I witnessed
I grew
Kyle's
up
tireless
in
pursuit of
science.
improving the quality of life for
around the
mankind through science.
No,
I
in
had the privilege
science.
of personally assisting him
Is
in
it
my
pronounced
youth as we
laboratory
worked
or
on experiments in the
laboratory?
lab.
Laboratory.
My
Laboratory.
father, Dr. Myron Wentz, grew up in
The
a small farming
Laboratory.
community. Inspired by legendary
Call it a lab,
scientists
damn it.
such as Jonas Salk and Linus Pauling, he was determined as a young man
Ah!
to become a
What the
scientist.
hell?
At an early age,
Yeah, I
his
got
passion
squirted
for
a little bit
science
too.
and the endless possibilities of discovering breakthroughs that would impact mankind.
Means I'm
After earning a
bonding
doctorate in
Something
immunology,
mankind.
with emphasis in immunology, Dr. Wentz
Where's
founded
Cactus
the
Jack?
laboratory,
Wait,
where he spent
did he
20
say
years studying and working
Indianology?
with human cells. He developed medical first in the area of disease diagnosis and is now respected around the world for his work.
Respected
Today,
around
his
the world.
scientific discoveries are being used by hospitals and medical clinics in over 30 countries. After a successful
lot of
career at
countries.
Bell Laboratories, his focus and
That's
passion
more than 20
changed.
of them.
He decided to move away from the study of disease diagnosis.
Don't put your hand in
into
that.
the study
It's
of
dangerous.
disease prevention through nutritional science. With his new focus, he sold
Couldn't
his
prevent
interest in
COVID,
Bell
could you, you
Laboratories,
fuck?
which allowed him the freedom to pursue his interests
I
on his own
am
terms.
science.
His vision of True Health grew to research facilities in several countries, including the Cardiology Research Center in Moscow.
What are they trying
Today,
to,
he
like,
continues to pursue his passion
tell us
to
or sell us with
staff
this
medical
video so
doctors,
far?
Scientists and other
Drugs,
healthcare professionals
pills.
engaged in research at USANA Health Sciences in the United States.
If it's an opiate, I'll
and
take it.
Sonoviv Health Region
Oh, that's
in
actually a
Mexico.
word. They keep saying USANA.
Yeah. Did you not think they would have pronounced it some way? Given that
I was
it's-
thinking they were gonna do an American thing and say the USN and US. I can't even do it. USANA.
Usanal?
It's Usanal.
Yeah, that's why I wanted them to work
There's
in the
so
anal
much
building.
medical equipment. That's why I know they're for real.
Infectious diseases at Gall Laboratories, it became clear to me
Also the
that if
mustache.
we could keep human cells in the lab healthy, fully functional, and without degeneration,
And
we should
anatomically
be able
correct.
to apply these same principles to the human body and make a positive impact on the health of the world.
Where is he
So,
looking?
USANA was born. True health begins with the cell,
Who?
and the health of our bodies depends
I don't
on
know what a
healthy
wentz is.
cells.
What's a wentz?
Manu,
Cell
what's a
is the
wentz?
fundamental
Wentz.
unit of life. Starve it, poison
I
it,
loved you,
injure it,
wentz.
and the resulting damage causes disease and degeneration.
I swear we've
Nurture
seen
it,
a bunch of this stuff
protect
from
it,
the
and
Image
feed it
Bank
the
video of
nutrients
medical
it
stuff.
needs, and it
I miss Image
repairs
Bank.
itself,
We
providing
can watch more
health
if you
and
want.
longevity.
I know the guy who
All
collects
of
them.
us begin as a
Well,
single cell.
He knows
That
us.
one cell divides again and again until trillions of cells are working in synergy within the universe we call
Good thing his
our
comments
body.
have stopped though.
Every
Why is that
day,
good?
billions of new
More
cells
comments
are
means more
produced
views.
to
No,
replace
it doesn't.
those that have
He's not watching them. He's
suffered
just commenting, being like,
this
"Oh, cool.
natural
Have you got
process
another one
is
yet?"
constantly under attack by the environmental
People with the
toxins,
name.
pollutants,
Oh, did we miss
preservatives,
an interesting
synthetic
name come up on the
chemicals, and the
titles?
oxidative damage that occurs
We missed a
within
lot
our
of things
lives
on this.
and through
We
our
drink.
lifestyle choices.
That's our excuse.
Your
We're
body
also
is
not
truly
professional
an
or trying to make a
incredible
show
machine.
comedy. It's
It
just
consists
watch
of
with us.
some
It's literally just a
100
shitty
trillion
watch along.
cells, about 100
I
million
don't ever want it to
receptors
become
in your
anything
eye.
else.
There were two wents. They're probably related. It's a family
Alright, let me
business.
have a
right?
look.
Receptors
On the back of the thing.
Why don't
So,
they want
um,
wents and wents?
of more than
Yep.
200
Okay, so
million
Dr.
is the frame
Myron
of the
Wentz is the
operation
founder and
of
chairman
600
of
plus
USANA
muscles
Health
driven
Sciences.
by over 7 miles
There he is there with
of
these
water,
stupid
fueled by
milkshake
60,000
mustache on the back.
blood
Can't
vessels.
see it because I'm very far away.
Disrupt the fragile balance within your body
I mean,
with
that's him,
toxic
but it's
substances,
also on the back of the tape.
poor nutritional
You reckon he's dead now?
Oh, look, there he is there at the front of the tape
lifestyle,
with a bunch of image bank stock
Yeah,
photos.
with a bunch of stock photos.
the
Yeah.
result will be
And I kind of
dysphoria
like the
and
design of the tape though. Like it's just
The
like,
notion of true
what
health
should we have
is
on the
not
front
just
cover?
the absence
You know
of
what?
illness.
Let's just make
It
it
is the
red.
What's his name? Let's see if he's dead.
perform
Yeah, go and look
Doctor.
up Wentz.
Doctor what?
with energy,
Myron.
flexibility,
Myron.
strength, and endurance.
There
Dr.
he is.
Myron Rogers Wentz. There he is.
No,
He's
he's
shaved
still
his
alive.
mustache off!
He does not have a stash no more.
Ah, that lady pumping iron. You know, she takes the nutrition.
Oh, there she is in the office.
She doesn't need her glasses anymore. She takes the nutrition tablets.
And she's
He's
got
on a
bit by the
phone.
spider.
He doesn't need
The two
Nutrition
most important factors for you to
tablets.
consider
Citizenship. Let's see.
gaining optimal
It's been,
Why are
Wentz
you
has been
looking at his
criticized for having
citizenship?
renounced his American citizenship in the mid-90s.
The cells of the body can
So, like, just after this video
So much
came
for
out.
freedom, and for now claiming citizenship in Saint Kitts and Nevis.
Where the hell is St.
Reportedly
Kitts and
due
Nevis?
to
It's a
tax
blue link.
purposes, as the country is known for being a tax haven.
Oh, I see. That's Switzerland.
For me, the USANA difference
Wentz
is
and
in
his
our
companion
bodies
Prudence
and the
Conley
ongoing
now live in
research in
Rosarito,
cellular
Mexico.
nutrition.
Oh, they're
There's
Mexican?
no doubt in my mind
How is this company
It's in the
still?
West Indies, so
are the finest of their kind anywhere in the world.
How is this company still like
it's like
going after
Central
that?
America.
Like that's dodgy as crap.
Knowing what I
And yet
know,
we still have an outpost in Melbourne.
I have experience is why
I should have rang up and asked if I could be part of their pyramid scheme.
Like literally
Just
say
said
that.
it. Like I've done it before, and the guy's like,
Can I be a part of your scam, please? I want to scam my family and friends.
U.S. products shown. Products may differ from where you are.
Us products shown?
Yeah, it's us. It's for us.
It's not us.
It's not us. It's
That's
USANA.
pills.
Dick pills. More dick pills. Why do we watch so many videos about dick pills? Dick pills seem to be a big video haven.
Because we have like 15 from that one piece of shit. God, I hate that guy.
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Yay! Can't wait for that episode.
Richard Pills. He started his own USANA.
With the ancient wisdom
What?
of pure plant
Thank you.
extracts that ease the effects of stress, or simply stated, make you look and feel.
What the fuck?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Why is music playing in the background now?
Because I got disconnected and reconnected.
Outer nutrients
Just then.
nourish, protect, and revitalize.
Hooray! Technical
Indulgence, some
difficulties.
say.
Put it back in my
Just
ear,
makes
please.
sense. USANA's products
What?
are designed for lifelong health.
Something's
I
happening.
can't.
To satisfy
Oh, cool.
short-term nutrient
You might
needs.
have to turn it off and on again.
Nutritional
I love
science.
turning it off and on
USANA leads
again.
the way.
This is the USANA difference.
Many people ask why
That's what I get
supplements.
for
I eat well, they say. Do supplements really
Headphones.
provide any true health benefits that are
I mean, they
different
cost
to
me
get
like
from a
50
well-balanced
cents.
diet? The answer? You bet they do.
What song? Can't hear
Fact
it
of the matter
yet.
is,
I turned it off.
scientific studies published
Oh, did
in
that come through the actual thing?
It was playing fucking Snow Patrol.
providing advanced
Oh,
levels
God.
of essential vitamins,
I like
minerals,
Snow
and
Patrol.
antioxidants.
Shut
Why
up.
did it? No, but like, I mean, through the stream.
Now, there's new
Because it
evidence
randomly came with Spotify, like it opened itself.
which tells us
In the
that
background, it didn't even pop up. I must be getting hacked.
And
Must
make
be.
no
Pause
mistake,
and
Mikhail, stop
rewind the
hacking
tape
me,
once it
that's
loads.
motherfucker.
an absolute
What?
requirement for long-term
Mikhail's
health.
hacking me.
There is no
Why?
substitute for eating well.
Because he's a
But we know
jerk.
today
What
that
jerk.
diet alone isn't enough. On
I
the
turned
one
the
hand, many of today's
headphones back on.
foods,
Is it
particularly the
buggerizing
highly
around?
Did it say
processed
connected?
convenience
Yeah, it
foods
said
are
connected.
nutrient poor. A good proportion of the essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants have been stripped away or destroyed in the milling,
There we go, I can
refining,
hear it.
bleaching, dehydration, and cooking processes that have come to characterize the industrialization of our
Dehydration and cooking
And on the other hand,
processes.
we've learned that our
Kurt Angle
nutritional
entrance.
guidelines for nutrient intake,
Dun, dun, dun,
recommended
dun.
dietary
Oh,
allowances, for example,
it put a
are not
videotape
You
in the
suck.
videotape.
considered over a lifetime.
You
These
suck.
guidelines have helped us to prevent
You
scurvy,
suck.
rickets, pellagra, and other
You
acute nutrient
suck.
deficiency diseases.
Kurt
We
Angle's
now
thing.
know that they're not sufficient to prevent the chronic nutrient deficiency.
I can imagine the biceps, but not the song.
Over the long term. We've learned
Love
that to
Kurt
stay
Angle.
healthy long term.
Look, we're not doing wrestling this week. Give us a couple more weeks and we'll do
Intakes in
wrestling.
many
We're gonna
cases
watch,
I'm always down to talk wrestling.
but we're gonna watch
So how do you
Hulk
get these
Hogan's
advanced intakes? How do you
what's
get,
what's
for
the show
example,
called?
the 400
Rock and
international
Wrestling?
Rock and
units?
Wrestling. Yeah, we're
Vitamin
watching
E
Rock and
every
Wrestling
day
in a
that
couple of
is shown to
weeks.
be critically important
Be fun.
for cardiovascular health and healthy vision. Well, you can get it from your
My
in the
favorite thing
meantime-
about that show is just how it's just like, these are the baby faces and they're the heroes, but here's the bad guys and they're the heels.
33 pounds of spinach
Sure,
every
but
day.
sunflower seeds and
Or you can get it
lettuce.
from the USANA Essentials.
Or you could take our
How do you get
essentials
the
dick
1,500
pills.
milligrams of calcium?
Why not both?
400 to 600
Because then you get an
international
overdose.
units of
Actually,
vitamin
my
D,
wife got an
and
overdose on a
magnesium that you
particular
need daily to
vitamin that
ensure
she
strong,
needed.
Oh
healthy
dear.
bones.
Because
Well, you can get it from your diet.
Yeah.
You're drinking 2 quarts of milk.
it can happen, folks. It
or by
can
eating
happen.
3 cans of sardine or a pound of cheese every day. Or perhaps you prefer
USA
18
Network?
pounds of oranges
or a pound of oatmeal.
We don't get USA Network here in Australia.
No, we don't even get the Australian network here.
We get ABC, that's close enough.
Okay.
Bottom line is this.
I like ABC because every time we show an ABC show, we don't get any copyright issues.
Research tells us that most
Because no one's running. I get the feeling ABC is not even being run by anybody. It's literally just like people making stuff. Like, who's running this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should just tape stuff
It's
off
an AI.
Channel 31 and just play it like the next day.
I reckon an AI is running ABC.
That's cool.
Is this a show we should do? We feed it into the machine that goes beep beep beep.
You say that,
Yes.
but AI is what gives us copyright strikes.
Yes, please. Yeah, but it's not like connected to
different
anything.
AI.
It's not connected to anything.
Oh, it's a
literally just
non-network
that.
AI. An NNAI. Or as they like to say in this tape,
People
a
do not consume
Yeah.
an optimal amount of all vitamins by diet alone, and it appears prudent for all adults to take vitamin supplements. Take this advice.
Did this air on the cooking channel?
Add high-quality nutritional supplements from USANA to your program for optimal nutrition. Do it every day.
Oh boy.
Stick with it lifelong. Your health depends on it.
I'm gonna start uploading
The
Bert
comparative
Newton
guide
clips
to
to your
nutritional
YouTube, by the way.
supplements is authored
Yeah,
by
we at that
Lyle
point now.
William.
I
He is a
want to, yeah.
biochemist,
I
nutritional
think it's about
consultant,
time.
and educator.
Okay, go
We're
for
not
it.
far off it.
As a
I
former
think
member
maybe
of the
like every
Canadian
Sunday, just a
Parliament,
little
I
clip.
was recently
I
commissioned
should
by
have.
Canada's
I have a
Ministry of
clip.
Health to help
Just
create
edit them all
a
together and
structure
just make it like a
for
touching
health products.
Bert tribute.
Sure, that'll be for an episode,
I became
but I
aware of
also
the
want to put the
challenges
clips
faced by many
separately. Like, I don't mean clips as in just clip, I mean segments.
in ensuring
I have a segment of
safety
Bert Newton
in nutritional
with
and
Santa
herbal
Claus talking about the full
supplements.
Monty.
This led me to return to my roots as a
With
biochemist.
Santa Claus like, oh ho ho, that was not very family friendly.
I haven't watched it yet, but I haven't.
Shake out the wheat from the chaff.
Like,
While
I should have
investigating
just
more
put
than
that up at
400
Christmas
American
this
and
year.
Canadian
Oh well.
nutritional supplements,
The next
I
Christmas
found
will
there
do.
to be a remarkable USANA difference
Might make a
in product quality.
a tape time or
Essentials
cinema time
formulation
supercut of
was
all the
clearly
coolest things I find as I do it.
hands-down winner.
Are they
Because-
going to get more of a tax break in Canada? If so, then yeah, probably.
USANA sets the gold standard for
That's the only reason why anyone goes to Canada. It's for
He just said that they're the gold standard, and what's funny is in this like today in Australia, the phrase "gold standard" is a joke.
The 2002 Winter
Like
Olympic
genuinely, it
Games
has lost
was a
all
culmination
meaning.
of many
Oh,
years
there's
of training
Derek.
and preparation.
Sup, Derek?
The entire experience was a dream come true. Through USANA's sponsorship of the U.S. speed skating team, I was introduced to their products. Today, I think they have the best.
Today
supplements
I'm
on the
dying.
It's a jock sham.
Another term,
A jock
USANA
sham.
difference. And I think
He's being
USANA
hired
was a key
as a
difference
jock
in my winning
to
the gold
sham people
and
out
setting
of
the
their
world record.
medicine money.
Long after my speed skating career is over, I will continue to trust my health to USANA.
USANA
No,
can
you
make a
won't.
difference
You
in
got
the
paid.
He wasn't reading that, you know.
And best
No,
of
eh?
all,
He was not even
you
reading
can
that.
make a
Then
difference.
what
He
was
just
the
sounds like
page
that
that got
normally.
turned?
The USANA difference has been recognized by the readers of Network Marketing Today magazine as the #1 people's choice
green
for
is
5
that?
consecutive
Early
years,
2000s.
combining
Yeah, it does
world-class
seem like an
products
early
with the power
2000s
of
kind of
direct
thing.
selling via network
there
marketing
was a-
offers true health and true wealth in one
A
business.
date on it at one point.
Maybe not.
As a veteran of the network marketing industry, I can tell you with confidence and conviction.
No,
USANA
we'll see the
is
copyright
path
at the end of the
to provide
tape.
you with
Both
substantial
races
residual
apostrophe.
income
Is that what they said at the start of the tape?
Maybe he looked it up.
Many
No,
spend
he
only
pays
5
more
to 10
attention than
hours
we
a
do.
week developing their
That
own
too.
independent USANA
He does
business
both.
and make enough extra money to go on a family vacation, get the new car, or save for their children's education.
I
Imagine
want
what
that
some
new
additional
car and to
income
save for
could
my
do for
children's
you.
education.
On the other hand, there are those who have chosen to build a large
Either
Just a
that,
car,
or I
please.
should just
now
invest
enjoying
in
a
one of those
benefit that few
machines that
families
kind of
ever
just
really
squirt water at
experience.
things.
It's called True Freedom. They're
want
developing
one of those.
residual
A
income
Christ.
that not only provides
Did I
financial
tell you that
freedom
my
for
grandfather
now,
actually
but
owned
allows
Yeah,
you
you
to
mentioned
feel
that.
secure in retirement.
He's got the
If you
one
are
from the
truly looking to
outro.
change the quality of your
Yeah, can we get a
life,
clip of us using it?
create long-term
Yes.
financial and time freedom,
Whenever
then I
you want.
invite you to take a good
Oh, because of the Salt Lake City medal?
do your due
Oh.
diligence.
Ah.
Get all of your
Oh,
questions
did you like
answered.
quickly research,
I'm
or do you
confident
know,
that
or
at the
did
end
it
of
say
the
so
day,
on
you will
the?
discover, as so many have, what we mean when we say the
I
USANA
believe the
difference.
apostrophe would know that off the top of his head.
Yeah, he's got a
What
good
is the
brain
USANA
for
difference
things.
for you?
You should replace me as a
Now is
host.
your time to act. Mastering time, not only the minutes and hours of each
I mean,
day,
I think I would serve
but the
better as a
times of
producer
one's
than a
life is essential to
Then I do a
turning
host.
dreams into reality.
You can be
and
the
to
tech
achieving
guy.
the goals
Yeah, I
you
would have
set
to
for
be.
yourself.
No one else is
The
willing to
sad
deal with this
paradox
shit on a
Ah!
daily
is that
basis.
most people spend their precious time and health trying to earn enough
Aw.
money to gain financial
I
freedom.
need, you know what I need to get? I need to get myself a laptop that has not been plugged in or connected to the internet
Don't put your health, success,
in
and
like
happiness
a
on
decade.
Now is the time. USANA will make the difference.
This tape seems to be.
USANA is a
Remember,
well-managed,
Ed Wood
financially
said,
sound company
"Look at
and
all
is
this
publicly
stock
traded on
footage.
the
I bet I
NASDAQ.
could make an
I'm
entire
proud to
movie
be
out of
associated
this."
with USANA.
It's kind of what this
Management
tape
team,
feels
and
like.
thousands of preferred
There's
customers
nothing
and
like stock
associates around
footage
the
to
world.
really prove a point.
Timing has never been better.
And also,
Take a
when you get
proactive
some stuff
approach
that's
to your
not
health
stock
and
footage,
share
of course
USANA
they're
with
standing
others.
between two
USANA
ferns,
can
right?
make a difference in the quality of your life and the lives of those around you.
That's how you know.
What? You're so snuggly.
Since USANA was created,
You do it
in the
do it
summer of
quietly, otherwise your brother will get
1992,
jealous.
Don't knock the
my
tape.
vision of health and
Are you gonna
wellness
do it, or
has
you want me to
affected
lift
your
hundreds
fit
of
ass?
thousands
You need to be
around the world.
lifted.
As I began this journey with USANA, I knew
They
it would
kinda
make a
do.
difference in people's lives. When I first started
kinda
talking
do.
about free radicals,
Usually you can tell the
oxidative
difference in
stress,
video quality.
and nutrition
Yeah,
as
but
a
they're still
science
using
more
like
than
all
a
the
decade ago. The
the tropes and.
Well, yeah, they're essentially the same, but the video quality definitely shifts around like the 1999-2000 mark.
Especially when it comes to this sort of shit where they're just trying to sell you something.
Can't argue
I
with
still don't know
results.
whether this is trying to sell me on
True
selling
health
their shit or
begins
whether
with
it's
you
just
and me.
trying to sell me on how good they are.
Exercise
Don't be a fart.
and caring for each other, priorities
But it's
in your
full
life.
of proteins and stuff.
USANA will only make a difference in your life if you take action.
Archie, I said you can sit up here if you watch the movie.
We will continue as a world leader in nutritional research. We will continue to expand around the world, and we will also continue.
It's definitely a
the path
promo
of
tape, but
eliminating pain
Yeah,
and
but
suffering.
I'm not quite.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm not
like-
quite understanding the point.
Yeah, well, who
in
are they
terms of,
selling
like-
it to? Are they selling it to chemists to sell their shit? Or are they selling it to...
And when you, is it meant to be just like a brand trust
There are many
video?
roads in life
What's that?
you can take
Like where
to
it's just
seek your
like, here's why you should like us.
Many have turned out to
For
be
the
roads
general
most
public,
Yeah,
or-
just for anybody who
promise
sees it, I
fame and
guess.
fortune. With
But I know
That's
exactly what you're
the
saying, and
thing
I
about
agree.
this.
It makes no fucking sense
These
to me.
roads
Like, this
most
feels
traveled
just so bizarre.
usually are dead ends, or
At
lead to
least with the Australian
Because
one
we're
that we did.
employees, you think?
frustration on a desert
Oh.
No, that even that seems a bit off to me, potentially, because...
make all the difference. The roads less traveled are the high roads to personal freedom and happiness.
By the time they're an
We
employee,
offer you both the quality of life throughout
this
It's
isn't
for
like... 'cause,
employees
this
to
is-
brainwash them to stay.
It's not a training video.
No. I can imagine
And-
watching... I can't imagine watching it in a smoky break room.
Yeah, right? I mean, I guess I can if I was not yet hired.
to give you the fuel
Oh, so like job interview.
Maybe.
for true health.
If you
Like,
could
maybe
sit
just get a
through
room
this
full of
stupid
everybody
tape-
we're interviewing.
Discover as I and
Now
thousands
find
of
out about
others
us.
have, that the road less traveled was by far the road best traveled for you and your loved ones. Take the
For
high
you
road
and your
to
loved
USANA.
ones. Yeah, it's definitely
For you,
promoting it
all the
towards the
difference.
general public, actually. For you and your loved ones.
There is a better way. Take control.
I don't know what that was just then, but I kind of liked that graphic. Would be
Financial freedom, quality time, relationships.
okay. So yeah, financial freedom. That's a weird thing to say in a dick pill. ad.
Right. I'm assuming it's literally like we're selling you on us.
Yeah.
Like pyramid scheme and
Now-
shit.
Yeah, the pyramid scheme. So
There was cricket in there, by the
So
way.
a little bit of both employees and. Well, yeah, they have to put a little bit of cricket in because this is an Australian bought tape, even though it's a US.
I know it would be shipped to the world because it's a US product shown.
Oh, then why would they put cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You got to know what a crumpet is to
It's
understand
probably the
cricket.
second most played sport in the world.
Yeah, but the world is nothing compared to the USA, right? The world is the rest of the world.
And the USA has actually taken an interest in soccer, so I imagine that boosts it up quite a bit. Now we just need to get the USAFL to be the most popular sports league in the world.
We get some more USAFL tapes to watch.
I can download more matches.
Who did it? Do you know the person who backed them up?
Nope, I could probably contact them.
Next tape!
I appreciate your enthusiasm. What is the next tape?
The next tape is so do you remember we went to the tip that one time we bought a bunch of tapes?
Uh-huh. Wait, as in the actual tip nearby here.
Yeah, the actual tip.
That was
The
actually a
recycle
decade
center.
ago. That was legitimately a decade ago or
Yeah.
more.
Oh yeah,
More than a decade ago.
Oh
yeah.
right, because we went to the tip.
This was like 2010.
Like last year. Yeah,
Hmm.
not that tip. No, this is the 2010 tip.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do remember we bought a lot of tape. We bought like 200 tapes that day.
We did, and a lot of them were stuff taped off the TV. But we tried to grab the ones that looked most interestingly titled. This is one that says Melbourne Museum.
Melbourne.
And we thought that was kind of interesting. On the top, it says Melbourne.
What up, Miss Man?
But it also says Kira. LD Nova. And I tried to look up those letters on the internet and I found nothing. But basically what this tape is, it's one of those 3-hour tapes that, you just tape shit off the TV on. But it's a documentary off Channel 9.
That's going to be a movie, like a French movie.
I tried to look it up. I probably did really bad, but it doesn't matter. You do that, but I'll talk about this. This is just taped off the TV, I think off Channel 9. You'll recognize the news presenter who does it, but it's a little documentary about when the Melbourne
Is it
Museum...
one of the ones that is now in the news for talking mad shit about Novak?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. You'll have to tell me. But
it's the best, man. It's the fucking best.
Are you talking about the freaking tennis player? I'm sick of hearing about tennis.
Oh no,
in
you'll
my
love
news
this.
every morning.
You'll love this.
God damn it.
So what happened was they did a story about him and then they went to commercial, but they forgot to stop recording. And it's basically like 3 minutes of these two reporters going, "What a fucking idiot." It's amazing.
I mean, that's
dude.
what everybody's been thinking. I listen to Google News every morning. They tell me the news every morning, and every single morning of the last week and a half has been that jerk who played tennis and was like, "Oh yeah, I never went there," and then he did. I don't have.
And
COVID,
now he's just tested positive
but
for
he does.
COVID. What a cunt! What an absolute cunt!
And he's like,
Sue
"Oh
me,
no,
you piece
I've
of
got
shit! You're a fucking cunt."
Absolutely, yeah. Sue Pete because he's he's terrible. Anyway. I think this is Channel 9. It's just a little documentary about how when the Melbourne Museum was built back in 2000 and something, it got redone. It's got Phylapse's balls. It's got some other
it has
stuff.
the heart, doesn't it? They got the heart or something.
It's the heart of Phylapse,
Something
the
like
racehorse,
that.
yeah. And
legendary racehorse over here for those that don't know.
Yeah.
So I put it into Google Translate.
Yeah, call
and
the new.
It says call the new.
That's maybe something I should have done is Google Translate. I looked it up as if it was a name. Anyway, it's a 3-hour tape, right?
Yeah.
Nothing on it except for the documentary about Melbourne Museum.
Aww.
Now, I love the fact that it says Melbourne Museum, and I would have been happy if it was just like I am happy that it had that on it. I would have been happy if it had that on it and other stuff, but it makes me even more happy that somebody wanted this documentary so much as the only thing on the tape, and they labeled it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But it
That means
does have
meant
something
enough to
crossed
them.
out, and it has something crossed out on the thing. But you know how when the tape gets to the end of what's been recorded and there's never been anything else on the tape, it just kind of stops clicking over.
Yeah.
This kind of stops clicking over. So like whatever
Just haven't touched it yet. It's fresh tape.
it's a fresh tape. So whatever that is written on there,
Must have gone for like half hour or something, right?
absolutely no idea what it is.
So yeah, the language that it translated from was from like Madagascar, their native language.
Ooh, so it sounds like lemurs and Borat and stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
Got a lizard on my hat. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so this is it's about 20 minutes of a documentary that's just filmed off TV as a special. I like it, and I really wanted to watch it on the show, so it's going in. But this Africa, little Africa, like
Africa.
I bless the
Is it
rains
hot where
down
you
in
are?
Madagascar.
Sure it is. Better get an air-conditioned car.
I'd like to know who Manu is.
Yeah, what brings you here? Like, what link did you click on? What Discord server?
What terrible spam message did you accidentally click on that brought you here?
Who tricked you?
Who tricked you into visiting us and hanging out
Who do you now hold a grudge against?
and watching?
Should put a explanation.
No, it's fine. Probably rewind it until we get that car working. I kind of want to get the car working.
I mean, I'm down to keep trying.
Right here in Melbourne for another
the
spectacular
world
journey,
around us.
and this one focuses on human achievement.
He's
We're
so
going
young.
behind the scenes at one
You
of the
recognise
world's
him, though,
most
yeah?
innovative
He's puffed up a
museums,
lot, hasn't he?
the
Yeah, he
brand
has.
new Melbourne Museum. Tonight
The
you'll have a
brand new.
fascinating insight into the construction of our city's
detect
newest
another
landmark,
language.
and watch the development of the
What?
museum's diverse and occasionally controversial exhibits. We'll hear some terrific stories of the challenges experienced by
everywhere.
the many people who worked backstage
Did
to
anyone,
make
did
it
anyone
all happen.
die making
And
this
some
thing?
of those stories are worth a program on their own.
Totally not.
As you'd appreciate, it's not always easy to find items to display in a museum, especially
Isn't
one
it?
on this scale.
There's so many trilobites
Despite all
around.
the work behind the scenes, though,
That's right.
it's what the
I mean, they had a
visitor sees
shed
that
down the Great
matters.
Ocean Road.
From
They
the
were just like, let's put some
ever-popular
dinosaurs
phar
here.
to the graphic
And have someone paint a pretty
tour,
picture.
to the live animal collection in the beautiful and unique
They won't bring
Forest
any-
Gallery.
From
You'll be
Dinosaur
surprised
Cove, where
at
they
what you
discovered the
find
Liana
in
Lasora.
galleries
That definitely
of
won't
life.
draw in any weirdos who will come like twice in 2 days and
Do you stop?
sit around.
Get your tongue
for
out of my
hours.
mouth. No. Watch the movie.
New eyes we see.
New eyes.
Old perspective.
You think that if we found out who this song was written by, it'd be somebody we know?
Nope.
Melbourne is known around
I know
the
like
world
3
for its
people.
fine
No, I
Victorian
mean, like,
architecture like this.
artists.
Part of our
I know
gracious
of, like,
skyline
5
since
artists.
The century before last. And over here, the skyline for the new century, the new Melbourne Museum. But unlike museums of the past, this museum is full of life
Look at
and
that
activity.
shirt.
It's a museum for the
very
internet
red. It's
generation.
Very red.
So come with
Very
me now as we
polar.
go behind the scenes to explore the galleries.
He looks like an
of life.
ABC presenter, not a Channel 9 presenter.
I'm feeling very patriotic.
Explore your mind. It's Fala.
Hey, Fala. For God.
And there's a Rhylocanth. And that was a Lianosaura. And a stick bug. And some circuits. Yeah, I know my science. Them was some circuits.
Those are some color shapes.
Galleries of life. In the gallery of life.
Where is Farley? That's where they want to head.
By the way, I got the VHS of horses screwing.
Yeah, you mentioned that. It's wonderful get in trouble for watching that.
I hope so.
living things in it.
But I hope it's from a real person, not just a computer algorithm.
Footy!
Or footy.
Ned Kelly! All the Aussie icons are here.
Some trams. A barbed penis of some sort.
This is the largest piece of artwork in Bungalaka.
Bungalaka.
Yo, what up, Tarkin? Yo, 51 months!
That's a lot of months.
That's like more than 3.
It's probably more than me, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Tarkin's been around a long ass time.
Yeah, I was only born
These are some
yesterday.
crazy bits of China that these people expect me to turn into an exhibition for them.
It's broken, it's pointless, get rid of it, just smash it.
We need to call in Tony Robbins to find the rest of it.
He'd do it too.
Yeah, he would.
Here it is. Here's
Your saw. Take some opiates and lay down.
Play and control what happens in the show.
Where the hell would you get opiates from?
Chemist, doctor, drug
The
dealer.
director of the
I
Melbourne
don't know, pick
Museum
someone.
is George MacDonald. This is his office. Here he is.
Hey, George!
You've got a big job here. When someone says
I
to
like
you,
it when they do
"Build
things
a new
like that,
museum," what do you do? Where
because
do you
you
start?
know
I mean,
that the
it's
cameraman's
so
already
obviously
there.
very different. This museum.
Oh, hi! Didn't see you come in.
But I did see the cameraman, and I was like, what the hell are you doing here?
Architect. So the staff of this museum did that
Got some
before
Valium?
I appeared on
Good.
scene. And in fact, when I did appear, there was a great deal of controversy about the modernist look of this new museum as opposed to that wonderful old Victorian structure opposite. And I think what we've been able to do is to show that that contrast really works in our favor, because it's really the old style speaking to the new style, and that invokes the whole equation of history, and that's what museums are all about.
Yeah. They're all about that.
Yeah, what he said.
And so, in 1996, excavation for the Museum of the Third Millennium, the largest museum
Did you have to do that
complex
thing
in
where
the
you like
Southern
go across the
Hemisphere,
street
got
going,
under
whoa,
It was to
whoa?
take $290 million and
I think you've done that too many times without the glass.
especially when moving Australia's best-loved museum exhibit of the 20th century, Farlap. It was a security nightmare. The famous horse won 32 of his last 35 races and died in dramatic circumstances in the United States.
He
the
was
last thing that
murdered.
was needed was a drama on this night.
Yeah, so were the rest of the
Military-style
horses, honestly,
operation,
right?
Big
They all
Red
just get
crossed
shot.
the line safely.
He was poisoned.
Oh, I don't know anything about Farlap. Must find the
At least I
VHS.
think.
Mysterious circumstances in the US. Trust the US. Maybe they thought they were giving him some dick pills from the USANA.
Yeah, maybe.
It's sitting off a little bit.
Dude, I thought. I know she thought that old guy's a mannequin for a second there.
It's not a mannequin. No, he's the lead singer of Midnight Oil.
Is that not a mannequin?
No, because he vibrates too much.
It's animatronics, right?
I can receive when the birds are burning.
These are frozen go in and we still need to prepare.
The prestigious contract to design
Wait, I didn't know
the
this
museum
was a cooking
won
show.
after a torrid international competition by Melbourne-based architects DCM. John Denton explains how he tackled the huge job.
The brief was really in two parts. One was a sort of an overall city brief.
Johnny
which was the building
D.
had to fit into the city. It had to be part of the character.
He's
of
a
the
legend
city.
around these parts.
It had to
I don't know.
fit in with the Royal Exhibition buildings.
Johnny D.
And be a sort of contemporary twin to the Royal
He worked on
Exhibition
the museum.
And then the
When
other
was
part
the
of
last
brief was
time
the
we
briefs of the
actually
building
chatted to
itself.
somebody?
The idea was to break it up.
Maybe
So
put more
in a
effort in.
long galleria, you actually had a whole set of choices, and you actually went in and sampled. You sampled the bits rather than.
Maybe I can get
trying-
in contact
being
with the
sort of
guy who's doing the
confronted with lot.
didgeridoo for the
So it was an idea
didgeridoo
that
episode.
when you came here, you
That'd
didn't
be fun.
necessarily come to see everything. You came to see one bit. You'd come back
Or
another
just
time
anyone
to see
who can
something
play
else,
the
or you'd
didgeridoo.
sample this or sample that.
Yeah,
And I
I've
think
probably got
that's-
enough
that's,
resources
a very
to probably
contemporary
find somebody
idea
who does that
about
too.
the way we live.
Stage 1 was due to open
oof.
on October 21st last
I
year.
definitely have the
But
resources.
long
I could
before
probably
the
find
doors
somebody.
opened, it was the proverbial duck pond.
Just don't know if I want to
calm
load
on
up
top,
Facebook.
paddling like
Nobody
mad
wants to
underneath.
load up Facebook.
Our
Well, I don't know if I'm
department does a
willing
whole
to do
broad
to make
range
that
of tasks,
sacrifice.
ranging from
I hate
taxidermy
Facebook so
work,
much.
model making, molding,
Swinkles.
and casting.
His name is
Oh, he's a
Swinkles.
legend around these
set
parts.
construction.
You know, he worked on the Melbourne Museum.
Oh, I thought he was the guy who
This old
invented that
specimen
stuff
here
we
was,
always
an
put on
old
top of
man
our birthday
up from over
cakes.
100
No,
years
he did the
ago, which is
fish.
done with
He did the
silver.
fish at the
These
Melbourne
days, we
Museum.
generally
The
use
fish,
fibre
as
That
in,
the big one.
is it a
casting
Rylacant or is that a Murray
waste
cod?
There's a fish.
I'm trying here, okay?
I smashed the fish.
I
The
smashed the
opening of stage
fish.
1 of the project
Ooh,
was carried
hello.
by the news media
The
all
opening.
over Australia.
Can we get a full tape of the opening?
That'd be fun.
By the way, not
Melbourne
next week, but the
Museum
week
was an
after, we're
instant
doing
success.
Australia Day. And it's
Yep.
just boats. It's an hour and a
Australian
half of
boats.
They're a bunch of yachts.
Happy retirement.
No ads.
Oh, they skipped the ads?
They skipped the ads. Pissed me off.
Boo!
They're doing the first fleet thing.
Things that go wrong
Ah, okay.
But it's a bunch of like luxury yachts doing
Yeah,
it.
of course it is. Man, this trip was hard. That must have been so hard for them. I'm struggling so much right now. Sips wine.
Sips wine, eats one of those apricot
Has
bars.
a.
You know those apricot protein snack bars? Yeah.
You're showing your teeth,
Our
Arch.
main areas of focus here obviously are
Showing
the
your
animals.
teeth.
I'll bugger you up.
It is a
You
no
won't
touch
bugger
zone.
anything.
Fritz, Carla,
I just want to say that something that happened to me today that was really nice was when Jackson was getting picked up, a lady and her two kids walked past and they had like a really little puppy. And I got to cuddle the little puppy.
The little puppy.
I got to cuddle the really little puppy and these two were sitting at the door like screaming like, "Nah! Let us out!"
I kept saying Channel 9. And I just saw Channel 7.
Which I think it was Channel 7 that happened on the thing I was talking about with Fuckwit.
Oh, nice.
Where they talked about him.
I think most of the stuff we have is from Channel 7. Like most of our football games and stuff.
Yeah. I think some Channel 10.
Issues such as
I didn't spill myself. I like this beer. No, I spilled some.
We also have some Fox Sports games with the footy.
Some of those ads, man, are going to be...
The Fox ads?
If they have them there, the Fox footy ads.
Need to find a way to
nostalgic ads.
To clip on YouTube so I don't have to bother downloading stuff.
What we're going to do is just make a Twitch account and then stream the whole video, and then you can clip it.
What shapes the Earth?
What shapes the Earth? Slightly oval, mate. Tell you what shape it's not, fucking...
Square.
Disc.
Is the universe predictable?
You mean there's no turtles?
All the way down.
What is
Elephants?
the universe made of?
There used to be 5 elephants, but one fell off the back.
Oh no.
It was the 5th elephant.
This is called @digital.au, and it's an exhibition that tries to answer the
I have to
questions:
just
what is digital
read all the
technology?
Discords.
How does it work? And why has it
to
become
go ahead
so
and do that.
widespread? But we haven't
I've read all the
tried
wizards
to do
and all
it
the
in a
witches.
sort of
That's as far as-
didactic way, or tried to, like a university course. What we've tried to do is to produce exhibits that will stimulate people to maybe learn, to find out about it more.
What would that
To find out.
Find out.
You could have just not done learn about works just as well as find out.
Yeah, but it wasn't what came up on the order.
He's not an actor.
Should we, so this is just him
Ping pong
being him.
balls around between each other. But in actual fact, it simulates the internet. So
You
it's a
you
very
screwed up that
simple
line.
thing.
Should we do another
Sometimes
take?
It just simulates the
embarrassed
internet.
about the fact that, it's just ping pong balls.
People got to learn about the internet in the early
actual fact, because
2000s.
it goes to the essence
What red
of the
hair are we
thing,
talking about?
and because it's
Simulates
simple,
the
it's really
internet?
great and people enjoy it.
Did I miss red hair while I was out, or
How does one simulate the internet?
I don't know? How does one
I wanna
stimulate the
Can
internet?
we have a video game that is Internet Simulator?
When the science of life
I'm
feel like
pretty
that would be
sure
fun.
I've
everything
already.
went smoothly. And one of the features
I
here
think that would be
is
fun.
this.
I'm
It's
pretty
called
sure I've
Siren.
already.
Or social
Well,
media
oldest
simulator would be
surviving
fun.
Computer. It turned
You
50
run like
last
the
year.
whole game is
These
you run a
days you get
social
all
media
that
network
computing
and you have to try and not
something
let it
like
devolve
this.
into political
And
shit.
your home computer can do in 30 seconds what this
Oh, you
2,000
respond to me when I
kilogram
ask
monster
which
did
person
in
had red
15
hair,
years.
but when I ask where
If
you
you
came
like
from,
playing
you stay
computers,
silent.
then the
Who
museum-
are you?
Oh no! Media
Meltdown!
storm!
Meltdown! Oh, they're dead.
Oh no!
What do you
have
do?
you
What do you
done?
do? What do you do? What do you do? What do
If
you
you
do?
sand your bollock, you just keep getting into more and more issues until you eventually land on the ground of the earth, and then you nearly drown in a puddle because nothing is ever easy for you, Sandra Bullock.
Got a tough line.
Have you seen that?
I have not seen. Is it Gravity?
Yeah.
I've not
I'm gonna ruin it for you. Like every 5 seconds, there's another mishap that she has to deal with. Even when
course
she
there
lands.
is.
Like the last thing of the movie is her nearly drowning in like one of those. You know how they keep telling you that a baby can drown in like 2 inches of water? She does that. She nearly drowns in 2 inches of water. Ruined the movie. But you know what? It was ridiculous. There's hundreds of them. I tell you what, who could win at this game? Yes.
Our good friend Ape Sentai?
Yes. That's exactly who. The world around us. Give us an ad. KFC ad. Oh, come on, that ad looked great. I want that ad.
It was KFC. We've probably got that ad somewhere.
Somewhere.
Although I don't think
An
we have
exclusive
many
feature
this
of the
era
Melbourne
7
Museum,
tapes.
a world first in fact, is the unique forest
No,
gallery.
a lot of our
a
7
recreation of a
football
living,
tapes are
breathing
pure
forest
feed from the
environment.
station.
It's a huge
So
Yeah.
they don't have
construction.
any ads.
Steel beams
And they were
each
from
weighing
either a bit
16
earlier
tons
or
and standing
a
35
lot earlier
meters high.
than this. So I think we worked out this was like 02 or something, right?
03, that was 307, I think.
But that was the
The thing
last
about the
tape.
forest
Oh,
gallery is that it isn't
right.
a piece of bush that's been transplanted from the hills and
Whenever
from It's an exhibition,
Oh,
so it tells
museum
stories,
opens?
the sorts of things that the museum does. So it's about social history, it's about ecology, it's about indigenous cultures. All of those things are combined into an environment which does have an ecology to it, but nonetheless, it's a construct. The real bush is far more complex and far more interesting than here, and we want people to go out there to see it, enjoy it, and give a damn about it.
So what we did was, we made a fake version of something that is like 10 minutes down the road.
Well, this one's the Garnia cebriana, the red-fruited saucesedge, and the leaves of this plant support a number of native brown butterflies.
Millennium.
So
Halloween
many
on
of
the
these have
millennium.
been selected specifically for their ability to support
Ish.
The fauna, whether it's the birds
10 days
or
off,
in this
shut up.
case, the butterflies that might live in here. So there will be butterflies flying in here, and we haven't necessarily introduced them all, but in fact this is its home. I guess that's
Trio
part of the
likes
ecology of
to
the gallery that we're trying
search
to
it, find the exact date, and then tell us that he knows because of the clothes. Just, I mean, when it comes to Australia, coloured polo shirts are never going to go out of fashion, right?
They were never in fashion, so they can't go out of fashion if they were never in fashion.
Exactly, like everybody just wears them here.
But the first thing about doing anything, of course, is understanding what they are. Oh,
That's a
big one.
caterpillar. It's a big one.
Okay, this one quite possibly has some
You know, I'm
parasites
making
in it
fun,
already.
but we didn't know
Already I
what
can see in
the
that orange
difference
section
between
up towards the
caterpillars
front
and
there,
butterflies were
there might
until
be
like
something in there. And what
nearly
happens
the
when these
1900s.
these little parasites mature or pupate, they burst outside the skin.
Let them
and
go.
It's really gross. They just sort of spread
Yeah,
the skin.
that's
and
no
often
snail.
go as adult flies or wasps. Not all of them have the parasitic fly eggs on them. So these little guys, unfortunately, are going to get squashed by hand because we can't use chemicals.
Aww.
Don't show us the cute little caterpillars and then explain to us how you're going to squish them by
They've
hand.
got to kill them. Because they've got parasites in them.
I get it.
They're going to explode them.
It's better for the environment. I get it, but like
It could be stolen.
He just says it with like such like enthusiasm.
Male.
We're gonna kill these things
Not a nest.
by hand.
A lot of people think it is because it looks a bit like
That's
a
him
nest
just
made with
accepting
twigs and
his
so on.
fate as a
In fact, it's
murderer.
more like the
Ah, he loves it.
lyrebirds mound. It's,
He was
it's
born
a
to
display
squish
area
caterpillars
for
by
the
hand.
lyrebirds
That-
so that
that's
they
his
can sort of
calling.
dance and sing and
He's
and
very good
decorate
at it
with
too,
blue
they say.
objects to attract the females. The females will then come and visit and they'll mate and, you know, nature takes its course. But we've got a few problems here. Of course, normally they collect things like maybe the tail feathers of crimson rosellas, which are a nice blue colour, but we don't have any of those in here yet. We might put some in. So he's collected a bit of cable here, a blue drinking straw, a pencil, and you see he's quite attracted to just about anything with a particular blue colour.
I love these birds, by the way.
That's so cool, though.
Do you know about how
Just
they
adapt.
create their
fucking-
nests? They do this thing where it's a tunnel, and when the ladybird stands at one end,
The museum
she
is
sees
about
down the
living
tunnel,
environments.
but because
People
of the
think that
forced
because they display dead
perspective,
things that
he's
that's what
made
the
it in
museum's
such a way
about.
that
But
makes
those dead
everything that
things
he's
have been
collected
collected as
bigger
a
and more
result
vibrant.
of observation of living environments over 150 years. So we've got scientists out in the
Weird-ass
field
bird.
researching this kind of area.
Why not
Just
just
Australia, isn't it, though? Like,
Why not just don't lie and use your personality, huh?
That the museum
British,
does,
British
as well as the
people
kinds of
are
things
like,
the museum has.
oh, magpies. Be careful.
They'll steal your
They'll
foil.
steal your shiny stuff, and maybe they'll fly a little bit close to your head. And we're just like, oh, magpies!
Oh, it wants to
Jesus
self-pimp
Christ!
my temple look.
And establishing it has
Oh
created
God!
a few problems of its own because trying to build a naturally functioning
People are just like, oh,
ecosystem
but
in
you
an
have spider
unnatural
snakes. No, we have
environment is a very
magpies.
difficult and
Alright?
delicate
Magpies
process.
in spring.
In fact, one of the female
careful.
bowerbirds
Yeah,
here
the
was
funny
killed
thing
by
is
an
that both of
over-amorous
us will
male.
complain
So the
about it, but
care
also both
and
of us will
maintenance of the
feed them.
animals is a top priority.
So they don't
If you
kill us.
feed them, they don't hurt you.
That's like anything.
I'm safe to walk from here to the shop to my mum's house.
This is
If
our
you feed-
back of house
if you
area,
feed,
and so if the animals are
anything in
the forest
Australia, it
gallery,
won't kill you.
they're pretty much
about-
at the back here, so we can look after
Snakes are
them
probably the
and
exception.
just pretty much make sure
Spiders too.
that if they do go on display,
Nah,
they're
you
looking
feed
good and they're
spiders, they
healthy.
won't kill you. Unless you like put your finger in their mouths, they
Oh
bite.
yeah, but if you don't feed them, it won't make a difference. They won't kill you.
We've
anyway.
got lots of main
Well,
groups
yeah.
of animals. We've got the reptiles and we have the frogs, fish,
Fishies.
Frogs are reptiles.
invertebrates as well. This one's a carpet python named Russell.
Russell's not
Hi, Russ.
actually going to be in the Forest Gallery.
His name is
just because
Russell
he's not
because when he
indigenous
moves
to
through
the
the
area that
underbrush,
the Forest Gallery is set
it
up to
goes-
look like. He'll be used in public programs just because he's such a gentle snake. He's really good for school programs.
We've got
and
gentle
just
snakes
for
around the corner
education.
now. You tagged me on Facebook and said fuck off.
We're just changing the foliage for the stick and see.
Which means we should
They
probably
need
do
this
it.
changed
We probably
a couple of
should.
times a week.
When we do a big wildlife episode. Look at the size of that. It's so cool.
Yeah, stick insects are cool.
We've got probably about 100
It's
here at
so
the
interesting
moment
looking at them
on
and
these
like I just remember the ones I used to find
branches.
at school
We've got
being
4
like
different
these
species, mostly
tiny little
tropical.
things.
We had a mantis in our house once. That was nice. My favorite thing about stick insects is when you find them and they pretend like they're blowing in the wind.
I've got some dead mice here. I'm going to go and feed them to the tarantulas in the quarantine area, and you don't want to see
You're gonna
it.
what?
I want to see it.
They're feeding what to the tarantulas? Some of the
stick
babies?
insect.
Some of the stick insect
How
babies?
to make your garden come alive.
I mean, they probably
with
make like a million of them.
Idea.
Hey!
Well, this
I was watching
was the
that!
Inspiration for the team of
Who keeps
designers
editing
who
out the
designed this,
ads?
now the most popular gallery in the museum, the Australia Gallery.
There's no back on her shirt.
It was all downhill from there.
It's probably old enough to be my
I
mother
think
by now.
working on the space initially, really it was generated by the story
Most
that
people
you
are.
brought to us about the notion of an onion and peeling back layers of Melbourne. And I thought the first way that we started to think about it was that let's put a big onion right in the centre. And
An onion?
The layers around
Did you not realise they were holding up an
I think
onion?
I saw the
It was
onion,
the
but I don't
style
know
at the
why they
time.
were making a giant onion.
They were going to tie it to their belt, which was the style at the time.
Downer, downer, downer. You get a free onion.
In
I think it's a bit
1992.
quirky about the fact that they find something that was in their childhood that they took for granted, and then all of a sudden it becomes very precious.
They took onions for granted and now they're precious.
But I think that's the nature
To
of
be
this sort
fair,
of, exhibition design
if I could have got a hold of any
process. It's
onions,
sort of
I'd
a
be like, what the
process
hell
of
am I going to do?
attrition and loss, as
No
well
Shrek
as sort of
references, please.
opportunity and
All the
gain
Shrek
in
references.
some ways.
No.
And
But we
that's-
didn't lose the football, Mary Ann.
No,
did we?
no, we did not. We did not.
They smell. They make you cry.
And your delivery, Brian,
I can't remember what the actual line
A
is.
lovely little girl.
which was
They
included
got
at
layers.
your insistence.
No, that's Donkey replies.
These are some crappy bits of china
He
that
says something like
these
that.
people expect me to turn into an
then
exhibition
Shrek's
for
like,
them.
"No,
Now, how do you
they've
work
got
with something
layers or
like
something."
that?
It's broken. Just show us the broken thing again. That bothers me.
Far Left seriously,
Get
I
one
didn't
that's
have
not
that strong
broken.
feeling about Far Left that the rest of Melbourne does. But the
Yeah,
more we got
so's
into the
Far
job,
Left. He's
I
broken
began to
too.
realise how everybody thought that he was the most precious thing, and so I hadn't actually seen him since I'd been a little kid. But when I finally got up there and saw him in his cabinet, I mean, he is an extremely seductive bit of horseflesh.
Jesus
And,
Christ.
he looks
What did he
really
just
gorgeous,
say?
so we felt that
Extremely
I think the
seductive
idea
bit of horse what?
enshrining him in
Flesh?
this space here in his own corner was
Maybe?
a really important way of
That
presenting
was a
him as
very
an
weird thing
object.
to say.
So he gets to be
Man, we
his-
should stop
his
watching all
sanctuary
of
in
these
this corner
stupid,
where he's
like,
sort of revered
selling
in
you
that
shit
very
videos and just try to
up-close and personal
focus
way.
on, like, Australian TV documentaries that never got released that we've got backed up on tape somewhere.
I think that it's worked really well because what it
I have
means is
another
that
one
everybody
about
comes to
pandas
this
and I
gallery
watched
because they
it
want to
and
see
you said you
Far
always
Left, so
wanted
they
to
really
watch
have
it
to
because you
work
like
hard at
pandas.
finding it.
You always say
It's
sort of
really
like the milk in
bad.
the supermarket. You know,
I mean,
Most of what we
like-
watch is really bad.
No, I mean really bad as in like...
Bad as that speaker guy?
No, it's got a lot of
And
hacking.
we've done the same with Far Left in the museum.
Panda
Oh.
hacking. Oh yeah, it's...
They murder them?
They're talking about how there was a big problem about that and they show footage and I'm like,
Oh.
I'm not sure we can get away with that on
No,
the
we
show.
probably can't get away with that.
It was, yeah, but it's like TV stuff. I'm like,
No, we can't. No way. No way.
don't really want to.
But John
We'll back it up on YouTube, but like actually for the live show, probably not
We'll
something
get
we
in
should.
way too much trouble for that.
Oh.
You think,
But I'm assuming
is
that
this
that
a
video
credible
was by the
person
same
who's going to
person
be
who
the
recorded
producer
this video,
of this
because
area?
all it does is
And-
say
and he has very
pandas, and that's the
strong
only
views.
thing on the tape is a documentary about pandas.
Is it the same handwriting?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, well, I think we deliberately grabbed all of their videos because they're a little bit like specifically interesting. It's like, what? Melbourne Museum, that's specific. Pandas, that's specific.
In the exhibition, so that people get a sense of being in the city.
It's a shame that after we collected all that, like they threw them all out.
All of them are just gone.
We didn't even get most of them.
No, we didn't get a fraction of them really.
One of them's got someone's name on it. We should probably deal with that. Hey, it's the purse. I've sat on that thing many times.
Doesn't quite look that nice anymore, though, does it?
No, it's filthy.
And it established the patterns that
Who's this
after
guy?
the gold rush
Is that Jimmy Barnes?
translated into the huge buildings that we can see around us now.
Surely he's got his own exhibit.
Sushi. Oh my god! That place has a hotel above it, and I stayed at that hotel and had sex with a lady who's now a man.
Cool.
Yeah, it was like one of my favorite times of my teenage life too, because we went to see Cabaret, starring Lisa McEwen from like what was it, Water Rats or
I've never watched it.
One of those cop shows. Yeah, it was really good. Had a good time that week. We had mango juice for breakfast every
Melbourne's
morning.
full of memories. It's places like this that Herald boys sat for most of last
poached
century and
eggs.
sang out.
Love me
with
some
every
mango
night,
juice and poached
selling
eggs.
papers to the local crowd.
That's the weird thing about watching stuff about Melbourne. It's like, we lived there, man.
That's our shit right here.
It's got our memories and stuff connected.
Bother boy.
Boy Botham.
I love this man.
He stole
Bother.
this Aussie mum's heart.
Bother boy
Restaurants,
Botham.
wine and Learjets.
And left her broke. She dumped him, but he just can't leave her alone.
I like how they didn't edit this out.
36 messages.
They got interested here. They were like, ooh.
This is
They're
interesting.
killing
I'm looking
your
up.
car.
Ian Botham.
Bother boy Botham.
Performance hocus pocus.
Ooh, lab
costing you a
tests.
bomb.
Hell yeah, more science. More science. Science episode. Melbourne. Today,
Squeeze him
tonight.
in.
Oh, no more ads. I like how we get snow when they get blue screen. Have we
Wait, is that the
finished?
end?
Was that the end of the...
That's the end apparently, look. The tape's not moving.
It's not ticking. Aw, I was enjoying that. Anyway, once Bobo Boy
He's a
Buffer-
cricketer.
Well, I knew that. I could see the cricket stuff.
He's a politician.
What?
I think. Is that what I'm reading?
That happens, I suppose.
He's a member of the House of Lords.
Next tape.
I don't know what that means.
House of Lords.
I don't know what that means. That's a British thing, I imagine.
Alright, well, we usually only run for about an hour, and it's been an hour and a half.
Well, we run
so
for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, the usual run time.
I usually bring an hour worth of footage, and then we run to the 2 hours.
Yeah, this has been a short episode, considering there was like 10 to 15 minutes of intro.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I should have brought, like, ScienceWorks videos or something. But, as I said, I want to watch this video again because it's so amazing. The science.
Yeah, we'll watch it again.
So, we've got that in us, at least. Science! No, don't buy! We're going to watch science again! We'll do an outro when we're ready! Tune back in next week while we watch a guy talk
See,
about...
he's colorblind.
Stop, is he? I don't have a cover for this thing. Oh no, here it is. Right, because it said Era Lid Nova on it. Which we can't really figure out what is. Which is cool. I love how many times we've watched this.
He had a punch up with an Aussie cricketer.
Did he? I mean, most cricketers have punch-ups with other cricketers, right?
In a parking lot after a match.
Ooh, a parking lot.
Ian Chappell.
Chapel.
Do I recognize him when I see his face?
He used to live on that street in the middle of Melbourne.
Did he?
Chapel Street.
There's no pictures of him, except for like when he used to play, which because the name sounds familiar. But
yeah.
Anyway, there was no mention of him. That was not a very graceful cartwheel.
Michelle, nah, she's a bit lanky. She was working in the roast shop in the village for a while.
Yeah, they just met in the parking lot and punched the shit out of each other.
It seems to be kind of...
They had a scuffle.
I'd like to say it's an Australian thing, but no, you have the same sort of crap going on in like hockey and stuff over in Montreal. They just throw down.
They don't encourage that anymore, though, do they? They used to be just like, hey, here you go, you can have like 30 seconds to get her done.
Get her done.
Science is really trying to
Science is really
this
trying.
world and to be able to live in it more comfortably, to live in
We've
harmony
been really
with it, and
trying to
utilise
use
the resources
science,
that we
but
have.
doesn't always
I think
work.
science is
I like how the
so
finger is
important
cut
for
off
the
at the bottom there.
Our survival depends on a good understanding of the planet.
I think a science degree will allow you to do something for Australia, because
Australia.
Australia has real problems with its economy.
Australia.
And one of the solutions
Australia
to
has
that
real
is to
problems with
develop
its economy.
science and
She's got the same... I think she might be from Adelaide, because she's got that Hanson pronunciation.
Why do some people study a
Australia.
lot of science and even make a career out of it?
Australia's got some real
careers can it
problems
lead
in
to?
Australia.
Well, environmentalists are concerned with man's effect on the environment, including major issues like the greenhouse effect. They could also be involved with responsible waste management, soil salinity
But no,
problems,
cricket
and
doesn't
the
have
preservation
like
of tropical
fights during
rainforests
matches
and
usually.
No, so it has to be...
So it was literally like they
done.
finished the game, and then at the end of the match, one of them would have
They
said
had
to
their
the
showers,
other, they would
got
have had their
changed.
little handshake at the end, but they would have said parking lot after the match, you motherfucker.
And then they went and had their showers.
They went and
changed.
tapped each other's butts in the showers, and then they punched on.
Put on their what's the powder called?
By understanding how the eye works,
Talcum,
optometrists can
talcum
detect
powdered
problems
up
and
their
help
balls
people improve
afterwards.
their vision.
Yeah, of course.
They put their bags in their boots, got ready to leave, then threw down.
And shook hands and walked away. Went and got a beer.
And smashed each other's teeth out.
Yeah.
Geologists understand the structure of the Earth and the processes that have shaped it. A geologist may be employed to locate oil or mineral deposits or precious underground water supplies. Or
The
even
refuge
assess earthquake
usually needs to be escorted by security.
Industrial chemists
God
develop
damn,
and
dude.
improve
No,
manufacturing
I've seen that.
processes in the food,
That's
feed,
insane!
plastic,
Like for baseball, where they play like a million matches, it's like
same thing
Come
happens
on.
with
matter and energy behave and are vital in many
with the
fields from
soccer
electronics and
footballs, yeah.
aerodynamics.
Especially
Maybe in
over in
Brazil.
is it Brazil?
Yeah,
Or was it Argentina?
and stuff, like all the South American countries.
Information technologists
People
understand
running on the
methods
field
and
to just
equipment
cut the
used to
heads off of
capture,
referees
store,
and stuff.
process, transmit, and display information of all kinds, from video images
That
to
guy just
computer
pretended
data.
like that screen was
The
touchscreen.
computer field itself requires programmers to write the detailed instructions which tell computers how to perform various tasks. In every area of science, new theories are constantly being
Every
developed
single
and
one.
tested. This is the work of research scientists, who may then apply their theories to practical problems. Like in medical laser chemistry, where light is now being
Medical
used to
laser
destroy tumours in cancer patients. Of course, you'll already be aware that some
Mother
science
frickin'
graduates
laser
become
beams.
teachers. Many science graduates add to their scientific skills in order to become
at
more
cars in the parking
specialised
lot back
or to
there.
enter other career
Look at that
areas.
shit.
Some graduates combine their science degrees with other degrees, such as law, engineering, or surveying. For example, a science law graduate may tackle the difficult legal issues
Science
arising
law?
from in vitro fertilisation. Other graduates broaden their
I'm
skills
suing you
with
on the
further
grounds of
consultancy and
science.
Technical advice on products like
Oh, yeah.
computers, chemicals, or pharmaceuticals. Science graduates are
Computers,
also wanted
chemicals,
outside of the
and
traditional science
pharmaceuticals,
areas,
which are
such as in
chemicals you put in your
stockbroking
body.
and financial institutions where mathematics plays a vital
I'll
role.
have some, please.
And many graduates receive further training
take lots
for
of those,
management
thanks.
positions in all sorts of industries.
Wait, I didn't read the last bit of my
Why
cue.
is that? Because the study of science
I just
helps
walked a
students
little
to
bit
have
too
an open
fast.
mind and to think clearly and
Did
I didn't do another take.
Did her name come up in the credits? I kind of want to do a deep dive on it. And then also look her up to see what she's been doing.
See how many softcore pornographies she's done.
Profitable, companies
Hell
want
yeah.
people qualified in them.
One of the big pluses of science is you can go to a lot of different places and see a lot of different things. The
I've been able to, as part of work, do things like scuba diving and go skiing.
Scuba diving with skis.
A lot of people find that they may like to go onto some other type of career path, for example, that of a sales rep or in a management.
Oh, they
type
changed the
position,
background image
and
while we were
consequently they use
watching
their
the
science
briefcase
career as a
video.
stepping stone.
There's more stuff
Even
going
though I
on.
did a science degree, I don't classify myself as a scientist. I call myself, I guess, a businesswoman
Secretary.
more than a scientist.
So, if you want to do this,
Line
science
cook
may
at
be for you,
McDonald's.
but it may also be the right choice if you want to look like this.
Yeah, she saw the McSee and that was it.
That's the problem with a lot of these kind of videos, especially these days, where it's just like you can try and convince me as much as you want
Today is done in a
that
team, and
like
you must also have good teamwork skills.
you know it's a good idea
We
to
have
go
a
and
lot of
study this or that.
brainstorming sessions. We get together and help
But
each other. Think of
unless you
ideas.
specifically were to tell me when you come out of it, you are guaranteed this kind of a job that'll make everything worth it.
I want the job where I'm allowed to do that.
It's not a job. That's just them dicking around.
They did it in Robot Wars and Mythbusters, damn it!
And that wasn't a job. That was dicking around.
Variety of science subjects to do, which is very important.
Some leading research into the working of the heart is being done here at Melbourne by a couple
Oh
of
yeah.
lecturers that I've had.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All the funding would have been cut by the government.
Degree from here and it will be recognised all through the world.
Thanks, Howard.
A science degree is very
Thanks,
versatile in that
Morrison.
it basically allows you to do.
What do you mean, thanks, Morrison?
For not
He's
putting it
done
back.
nothing.
Exactly. He hasn't put it back. He hasn't taken anything out. He's just like going on holiday.
His party's done a lot. They've done a lot of damage, but he's done nothing. He went on holiday.
He's so.
The country was on fire, and he went on holiday. and then he like
COVID hit, and he went on more holiday.
COVID hit, and then what happened was COVID hit, and then he talked shit about Victoria, and our premier got up and he like did a thing every single day, press conference every day, and then well he's a dickhead too. I don't actually like him, but anyway.
They're all dickheads.
But anyway, Scott Morrison like faces about 6 days of like of press conferences, and he's like, I need a break, and he took a 2-week vacation.
He's so vacationy.
Fuck that piece of
I
shit.
think it's
dude.
funny how whenever anybody barracks for any team on videos, it seems to always be Collingwood.
I think they are the most like profitable team in the entire league, so it would make sense. They've got like the biggest membership base and stuff.
Well, she's a member. She had a scarf and
And
everything.
they were against Fremantle in the clip, and that's probably the least supported fucking team in the league.
Or add to our knowledge in the areas of genetic engineering, laser technology,
You should always be
and so
for
on.
Fremantle.
Australia
Keep
and
our
indeed the
mantles
whole
free.
planet urgently needs people
All
who are
the
not only
time.
committed to understanding the many challenges currently facing us, but are also committed
This tape
to
is
building
so
a better future. Amongst such people will be those who discover science!
Science! You got pants with that on it.
I do. It's too hot these days to wear it.
I got
I
shorts,
don't think her
but it's
name
made
was
of the
in.
same
Oh wait,
stuff.
wait, here we go. Can we see her name?
The VEF proudly presents the CRA
Who presents
of
the
the
University of
team
Melbourne Faculty of
OM.
Science.
FOC CIS. For the CSIRO,
National Bank.
Equality Press, Kodak Australia, St Michael's Grammar,
Nope,
University
she's not
of
even in the
Melbourne. She's
credits.
no credited. She is uncredited.
I'd be demanding a credit if I did some stupid shit like this.
I'd be ringing up and asking about her credit. You think she's from Melbourne or Sydney?
Melbourne.
Nice.
I'd
Ring her
believe
up.
it. Find her, do it. There.
Need to. Dare you? That's gonna take a
You
lot
won't.
of research. I won't do it, but I'll give it a shot.
Alright.
Alright, we're at 1.5. We're good.
We made it all the way there.
That's our science episode. I've been actually waiting to do that for a while. Even though I didn't bring that long of a tape thing, I wanted to show both that and the Melbourne Museum one for a while.
Yeah, you have been talking about especially the museum one.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. It's just too bad that, COVID was around, so we couldn't have just gone there ourselves and filmed us having a good time.
I did go there before the COVID hit, like a year before, with the wife and and took a walk around. There's pictures of me looking at butterflies and beetles and ripped up human bodies. Because they have that.
Of course they do. It's a museum.
Yeah, it's a museum.
Of science!
Of science! It was good. And then we went around the corner to Australia's first ever pizza place and had a pizza.
Yeah. Was it garbage?
No, it's good. I like it. Alright, so next week is toddler training.
Oh, okay.
Toddler taming, training, whatever.
Toddler taming.
It's both, I think.
Oh, God.
But I think it's one of those things where they're like, hey.
It's going to teach me nothing. Like, the whole thing is going to be like, hey, kids are fucking assholes.
Actually, I think he's doing that thing where he's telling you that you're the asshole for treating your kid like an asshole.
But kids are assholes. That would tell me he's never had one or he's never been responsible for.
But he's sponsored by a company that does dairy products.
Like, genuinely, if like anyone who's like, oh, don't tell your kid off like that, like, no, you don't understand. This kid's been fucking screaming at me all day. Permanently closed.
Oh my god, it's gone now.
Rip Toto's.
Oh, Rip Toto's. Oh, Toto's pizza place. I guess it first opened in 1961, and we ate there last time we went to the museum. And it seems like 2 years ago it went defunct. Oh no!
No one even bought it?
The
COVID killed
broke it. Ah!
Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty.
Rest in spaghettis, never spaghettis. Ah! Yeah, 61. We had our first pizza place and we broke it because COVID. That sucks.
COVID.
Because I used to love that place.
COVID's fucked everything up.
Oh, great. It was good pizza.
Once.
Anyway.
Been
So
fun.
yeah.
Any ideas what's next week?
Yeah, I said next week is
the week after. Sorry,
the week.
Is there anything I need to film?
Week
That's what I'm trying to ask
after
you.
is Australia Day, where we're doing the.
Oh, that's right. You
the
even
boat
mentioned
race.
that, the boat
And then the
race.
week after that, Napastriev's coming on the guest star because he said that he'd do it
that's
anytime
right.
we say
We're
so.
doing-
We're
we're
gonna
doing
do the wrestling tape I found and watch Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Hell yeah.
And
we're gonna trigger some people by having amateur wrestling followed by Hulk Hogan's
pro wrestling,
cartoon.
exactly. And then do you want to go 4 weeks into the future? We'll
What
just
have we got?
pretend like we're actually gonna do the show every week.
Hell yeah, brother.
Alright, it says here that we go Toddlers
Didgeridoo.
Australia Day. Oh no, we got Didgeridoo first, then Damien's Wrestling.
Well,
and then
we'll
it's...
swap them around.
Doesn't matter either way, but you said you didn't want Damien's so close to the thing we didn't do last week. So yeah, we can swap it around. And then Valentine's Day, which we're going to do seminars. But I'm not sure we're going to do the seminars that you hate because I found the tape with the actual...
Oh yeah, like that's gonna be any fucking better.
That's going to be no better because it's not even official. It's somebody's backup of it, which has like 4 of those tapes on one tape. I have to back it up and see if it's worthy or not.
If it goes for fucking 4 hours, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
two-parter. If it's
Oh.
4 hours, it's a two-parter. I'm not
Next
dealing.
week's Toddlers is a two-parter, by the way. It's
really?
it's a double VHS. So we'll watch the first VHS
Oh
this
my
time,
God.
but we have to come back and do the another one, like probably this time next year. And
We'll do it on Jackson's birthday week.
And I have a third tape as well of his.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's not terrible. He's entertaining, but it is a seminar.
All
Yeah,
right,
brother. So that's yeah. I'll swap over wrestling because we need something better than what we've been watching.
We need an upgrade.
We need an upgrade.
All right.
All right.
Any closing thoughts?
No.
No.
Not really. What do you mean? What do we usually
I
do?
don't
closing
fucking
thoughts?
know. We just normally just talk shit and then.
Yeah, which is why I kind of like the idea of talking about what episodes we plan on doing.
Uh-huh.
Even if we don't do them, it's just that's a nicer way
It's
to
a plan.
close.
Just which is funny because if someone was to watch it, because I think this is the first time we've had the discussion of like, oh, we might not stick to it.
No.
Subject to change. But if anyone was like trying to chronologically watch all the episodes,
Yes.
they'd get to that point where it's us going, next week is this, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the next episode is like, wait, what happened to the one you said you were gonna?
We'll have to asterisk might be.
Maybe. It's always a maybe.
It's always a maybe.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's been fun hanging out.
Yeah, it's interesting that Manu was new, and as soon as they're like, "Oh, you're not doing any new tapes," I'm just gonna leave, and they actually
also
did.
refused to tell us how they got here.
They actually left too.
They actually did not tell us.
We're never gonna see them again.
Who?
They're not gonna come next week. They're not gonna join the Discord. They're not gonna do anything. We said that that's a lot of people were watching today.
So you know,
and then they're gone. I did like that they were like, next tape.
Yeah.
Next tape is a funny thing.
There was some
people should
enjoyment
say.
there. So, if for some reason you are still lurking, hope you enjoyed the tape. Feel free to drop a follow and come hang out.
I think I'm going to have to remember that and start screaming it. And we should make a t-shirt that says next tape.
Next tape.
I enjoyed that.
Next tape.
Next tape.
All right, next tape.
It is good when we've got little short tapes, but I've been trying to make it less amount of tapes and more. My eyes are just absolutely okay. Do you
time to go. All right, goodbye, everybody. It's been fun.
Happy bouncing. Bye.